Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Council of Creators episode 47. And I was solo, and he popped backstage as I was getting the intro going here. For the first time on Council, Logan is here. Welcome, sir. Hello? Are you there?
Hey, yeah, sorry, I'm having my Wi-Fi is being weird.
That's all good. What's up, man? Hello. Hey.
Being weird. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. I love the Wolverine jacket. That's pretty cool, man. And the Multiverse Saga hat. I like that too. Oh, Darren knows you. Darren knows who you are. Oh. He froze. Uh-oh. Huh? Oh? No? Maybe?
Hey,
Oh.
hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I wonder if I need to restart. Okay, I can hear you better.
Okay.
I just turned on my computer for the first time today, and everything's loading, and I feel like that's slowing my Wi-Fi down a little bit.
Oh, gotcha. No worries.
But I think it's okay now.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, hopefully it gets better, hopefully. I guess we'll bring this guy in. He's just hanging out. Dev, what's up? What's up, man? Welcome back.
Welcome. Hello.
Hey, man.
How we doing?
Got a headache.
That's never fun. That's never fun.
No. I was outside in the 92-degree heat for 2 hours. Not fun. So
I get it. It's like 100. It was like 100 degrees for the last 4 days here, and it's been. It's not been fun. I'm ready for fall.
Yeah, I'm ready for some cold weather because our new house, the air does not get up here. Like our AC doesn't hit here up here as much. I have to have a tower fan running. So, yeah, need the cold air to come back. It'd be great.
Oh yeah. Tired of flies and being hot all the time.
Yeah.
And...
Oh, Logan, your camera looks way better. Looks like your hair. You're not.
Yeah, I can see you guys moving too. I think it's
there you
fixed.
Go. Okay, you're good.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was saying I love your jacket, man. Love the Wolverine jacket. That's awesome. Love that.
Thank you. Yeah, I love this thing. I've been wearing it so much before and then since the movie came out.
Oh, of course. And the Multiverse Saga hat. That's awesome. Was that do they sell those on Marvel's website? I don't even know.
I got this from San Diego Comic-Con 2 years ago.
Oh. Okay, when they announced the Multiverse Saga. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, this was a freebie for getting into Hall H.
Oh, you were there. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I went to Comic-Con 2022, I think.
Yeah, that was the last Marvel panel before this one. Yeah.
I don't even remember what happened. I feel like, man, what happened?
It was a bunch of announcements, oh, Fantastic Four, and here's the date.
And then Ironheart and
it was a bunch of
all
TV
that
and
stuff
yeah,
that either
Daredevil
hasn't happened
was
yet.
gonna be 18 episodes.
Yeah. And then they said, "Oh, Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars." We're like, within 6 months of each other.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
And that lasted.
And even now, it still seems unrealistic.
Yeah, it was gonna be in the same year. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous. Like May was one, and then November was the other, or something. So.
Yeah.
Too much.
I don't know. I haven't been in love with Marvel as much after Endgame. There's a few things here and there that I've really, really still liked, like Loki, No Way Home, and then Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, yes.
It was a good segue into that.
Yeah, I heard that movie came out. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very small movie, not that big.
Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff going on. I heard there's I heard Deadpool and Wolverine are in it. That's what I heard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was surprising. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I was honestly just expecting 2 hours of just Ryan and Hugh just bickering at each other, which is technically the movie.
I would have loved just them talking, just walking and talking in the void and just meeting with random just characters throughout.
Just things.
Yeah, just random things, characters. It would have been so like random, like Loki, random, just anything. I would have been down for that.
I would have loved if they would have just had like in the TVA, Deadpool and Wolverine are just watching the MCU films and just kind of commentating on stuff as it's happening. It's like
That would be
that's interesting.
That would be like a really cool, like, oh man, only if it was like early, like 2000s where they had like really good like commentaries, like in DVDs and stuff, and like they had one where they're just watching a few MCU movies or the old Deadpool movies. Oh, that would be so cool. It would be so hilarious. Cool. But they don't put that effort into their Blu-rays and all that anymore.
Not anymore. Now Disney does have some like commentary stuff on Disney Plus that you can watch, like in-game commentaries on there. You can watch.
Oh yeah,
so
stuff like that.
But a lot of the services don't offer that at all. It's just here's the movie, and that's it. It's kind of ridiculous. Or like if it's a TV show, like say on Hulu, okay, here's the trailer for the newest season. Well, what if we've never seen the show? What if we watch the trailer for the first season? Can't watch it on the app. Like,
lately, I've been just going in blind to shows to watch.
Yeah,
like I'll put a poll of what show I should react to, and I kind of know something about it, but I don't watch any trailers. I just kind of all right, see what it is.
That's probably as good as you could do it, because there's some. She's been on the show a few times since Corner. She literally will not watch a trailer, except like she'll watch part of the first trailer and then stop if she's like interested. She won't see nothing else. Like I just want to go in and see it. So, the White Vision show. I don't know about this.
Oh yeah.
Now,
didn't they just confirm that was officially happening?
Yeah, Terry Matalas, who was the showrunner of Star Trek Picard season 3, the good season. He's attached to this. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, he crushed it with season 3 of Picard.
That's all I've heard is great. Yeah,
it's basically Next Generation 2.0.
That's
all that cast. It's insane what they did with that. I don't know. I don't know if we need this, honestly. I just feel like I know they created I know White Vision at the end of WandaVision. I understand, but I don't know why we need a show for every single character.
Yeah, we don't.
It feels like.
Yeah, I think that's just we need more shows on the platform. We need more shows. Like we got this Agatha show that I feel like is just way too outdated. Like you could have done that a year after WandaVision, but
they didn't know the popularity of her until that show came out. So I feel like if they would have rushed it, it'd probably be worse than whatever it actually ends up being.
It probably would, yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Thanksgiving Avengers still... That's true. If they would have released Secret Wars in Thanksgiving time, that would have been weird. Like, it's supposed to be like the beginning of the summer, roughly, or May. But
leave Star Wars for, like, December time.
Yeah.
As much as I'm not a huge fan of, like... the sequels, like I still enjoyed that time period and the build up.
Oh yeah,
they just got to keep running.
Rogue One had the same thing in December. Yeah, 2016. It was like a big thing, which we all thought, oh, okay, so one year they're gonna have this, they're gonna have the sequel trilogy film, and then a one-off, and then sequel, and then one-off, and then it didn't happen for 2018. So they had Solo. They pushed that to May. So.
And it just got overshadowed by Infinity War, and that's what's about to happen with the Grogu movie, the Mando and Grogu movie.
Yeah,
because that's gonna be at the same time, I think, as Doomsday,
which is bad. Disney's fighting themselves.
They are. It's a bad move. It's a bad move.
I think they'll move. I think they'll move the Grogu movie. I think.
Hopefully,
they should. Probably July, August, if you want to keep it in summer, but don't have it in the same time period.
Because that movie is just it's gonna sell so many tickets. It's gonna be an ungodly amount.
Even if it's not great, its opening week is gonna be massive. Which
it has the possibility of not being great.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about it. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom, or a variant, whatever.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do with it. I like I'm on both sides. I like it, but I'm like, it's just it's a waste. It's a waste. Bring in someone fresh. Cillian Murphy is the big name I always hear.
Bring in Oppenheimer, literally. Yeah. What do you think, Logan?
I'm very against it. It feels like a desperation move to get because they've had some underperforming things, though Deadpool is not underperforming, so
No.
who knows what's up with what. But like, I wish they would have cast a Romani actor to play Doom, because that's like a big part of his backstory in the comics, and I feel like that's something that the other adaptations haven't touched on, because they cast just white actors as him. It just it's disappointing.
Like, obviously Giancarlo's playing Sidewinder in Brave New World. Some people were even saying, why not, like, Giancarlo would have been probably a better choice than RDJ because of how, you know, everyone loves him. I don't know. I mean, because the way they introduced it, because of the vast Marvel multi-universe, this could happen. It's like, okay, well then you're confirming it's a variant of Tony Stark, and his name is Victor Von Doom. But watch them do something else. Actually, he is Victor Von Doom. He's never been called Tony Stark. Okay, but he's still Robert Downey Jr. So how do you explain? Like, I don't know how they're gonna do it. But
yeah, well, it's weird. But I mean, he's a great actor, and I have no doubt he'll play it well. Who knows what story they want to do with it, because obviously. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Well, with them confirming that, you know, Fantastic Four is gonna be in the two movies, it's like, okay, so is this now? People are assuming, is this the Doctor Victor Von Doom from their universe before they transfer to MCU, because they're from another universe. So, I think Marvel's just like, I think Marvel wants us confused. They don't want us to know. Right now.
I think is okay, because it just leads to talking and speculation for a few years now, and either it'll lead up to absolute disappointment, which could be teetering on that, but who knows? I think the Fantastic Four will be really good, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and this is a fair point. Yes, Brandon Routh played both Ray Palmer and Superman. He played the Atom, so. But essentially, it's a variant because he's able to talk to himself. But they're two different characters. But, you know, I don't know.
CW.
Well, it's a CW for you. I mean, it was
a
cool.
lot of good, a lot of bad.
At least they brought Brandon Routh back to play Kingdom Come Superman. That was cool. That suit was so good. I love that suit. I still love that. I think it's still one of the best Superman suits.
That was such a good moment.
Oh yeah, Skeleton Crew. I keep forgetting about the Skeleton Crew. I keep forgetting.
I'm not gonna say I'm excited for it, but I think it could just be a little fun. I don't think it's gonna be too crazy, but I know people on the internet are going to.
People are gonna destroy it.
Freak out. And it's mainly child actors, so it's just gonna be them shitting on a bunch of, you know.
Same thing happened with the young Leia actress from Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
They literally it's ridiculous.
It's happened over the years. I mean,
yeah.
Young Anakin.
It's the what I call the fake internet outrage.
Yeah.
Like
rage bait now, that's a big thing too.
Rage bait, yeah. There was a guy I literally responded to on TikTok who made a video where he was like sitting, like it was a green screen, but he's like looking up at the theater screen and watching the intro to Deadpool and Wolverine, saying, "I'm watching the worst MCU intro ever," and I'm like, "This is rage bait, 100% rage bait. Like, what is this?" And that's most of his content. It's pretty sad, but you know he doesn't actually believe that. He's just doing it for clicks and views. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's the power of the grift.
Literally. It is ridiculous. I just don't get it. I mean, I don't know. I wish I had the capacity to do it myself, because I'd make so much more money.
I know, right?
But I don't want to lie.
Morals.
Yeah, that's another good word. Yeah, morals. Oh well.
Oh well.
I'll just be here suffering. Oh well.
Exactly.
Oh, Sebastian Stan is Romanian. I didn't know that. Is he? I did not know that.
I don't know that either.
Thunderbolts is Avengers. I mean, well, maybe. I mean, if they don't die in their movie.
I'm not even too excited for that either.
I don't know about that lineup, man. I'm just like, oh. And then at the Comic-Con, back to Comic-Con, The guy's like, yeah, my name's Bob. Like, you're Sentry, dude. Just say it. I'm Bob.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Trying too hard to be secretive about everything.
Yeah, everyone knows. Because everyone knew Steven Yeun was going to play Sentry, and then everyone knows. But, like, I'm Bob. And he's talking to Rob over here, who was Peter Poole from, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine. He's like, yeah, Rob, three letter names, Rob, Bob, Bob. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, okay. Like, I literally forgot for a second when he came on stage. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, I forgot he was even in the movie. I'm like, who is this dude? Because I recognize all the other people. Like, oh yeah, that's so and so, that's so and so. Who's that guy? Like, oh yeah, that's Sentry. Oh duh. Oh yeah, okay. Oh no, the only people I'm excited to see is Florence Pugh. I love Elena. I think she's great.
She's great.
I'm a big fan of Florence Pugh.
Well,
so I'll be there.
Day one for Florence Pugh. David Harbour as well. I love David Harbour.
David Harbour, I am a big David Harbour fan. I really like him.
Did anybody see his Hellboy movie? I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
No, but
I remember the Rotten Tomatoes score drop thing was like the funniest thing ever.
Oh, the video where it's like rising up and then
it's rising all the way down to 9.
I remember that.
The most memorable part about that whole movie.
And Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, the funny part about that too is like you have David Harbour's Hellboy walking up slowly with the horns and the fire. It's like, oh. Okay, this is fair point. The first Thunderbolts trailer will make or break the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
That's
People are saying it has the same vibes as Winter Soldier and what they're doing with Brave New World, like in terms of the footage they showed at Comic-Con.
See, I am excited for Brave New World. I think that
you froze.
Could be interesting, engaging.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All the words.
All the words. Okay, are we back?
So secretive with the Comic-Con footage this year, because when I went 2 years ago, when Marvel did, like right after COVID, when they came back, they had like half of the footage was exclusive, but then they still released some of it publicly. Like the She-Hulk trailer was public, and there might have been the Secret Invasion trailer they said wasn't going to be public, but then like 3 days later they posted it.
And so Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I'm surprised they released that.
Yeah. But then this time we get nothing. They post like little videos of like the Fantastic Four and of the Doom reveal, but everything else is like any footage had to be leaked. And so far as I know, the only thing that's leaked is Fantastic Four, right?
I think so. Which I've only seen a couple shots. I try my best to avoid that kind of stuff. But it reminds me of when 2015 at Comic-Con, they showed a year in advance the Suicide Squad trailer. And they had to put it out because the leaks were constantly dropping. And they couldn't ignore that, like, it's too many leaks. Like, they literally said, we didn't want to share this. Like, literally Warner Brothers was, like, being mean. Like, we didn't want to share this. This was not supposed to be for everyone else. Like, but you showed it at a con in front of 7,000 people. What do you mean it? Yeah, what do you mean it wasn't ready to come out? Because it was a good trailer. Like, if that was the movie, it would have worked.
I still wish that Marvel would have released the Guardians trailer they showed at Comic-Con, because I think that was the best piece of marketing they did for the entire third movie. Like all the other trailers, they were decent, but the one that they showed at Comic-Con just to the select few people, that was like the best trailer for that movie. And it captured the tone perfectly.
I mean, because I feel like at the same time, I understand exclusivity because you're there in person. But if you're there and really pushing the hype, and especially on a project like Thunderbolts, which is it's not called Thunderbolts, but you would think you would release, because it's done shooting. Like you would think, okay, maybe we drop like a 30-second teaser or drop some images or something. But I get it at the same time it's exclusivity, but it's like, come on, guys, you could give us a little something.
Yeah, I feel like they should start streaming. They should start streaming, Comic-Con now, and even if you have to pay a little bit, like not in like an insane amount, but hey, $10 to stream Hall H or whatever panel it might be.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's 2024.
May of next year. Oh, I didn't realize it was that soon.
Yeah, Thunderbolts.
What comes out, man?
Thunderbolts. Well, whatever Thunderbolts' actual title is.
Thunderbolts asterisk.
Yeah, it's probably Dark Avengers. I mean,
probably.
Come on. Yeah, probably. Oh my gosh, that Mountain Dew's kicking back on me. We'll back to the show. Been gone for a while. Blake is here. Welcome, sir.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Y'all doing all right?
We're hanging out. We're alive. We're here.
What did I miss?
Well, we talked about everything and anything. I think the show's over now, so we'll probably just call it.
Damn. All right. Well, good night.
Everything. Yes. Yeah. We were talking about Comic-Con a little bit in terms of how they keep exclusive stuff there and all that. And
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how literally, like I was saying, Fantastic Four is the only one that I've seen images from. Everything else, like nothing else. I just don't understand how that one out of all of them. I don't know.
It's probably the one people are most excited for.
Yeah, that's probably true too. And I also too, like they said, we're not starting to shoot until next week. Then how is there a trailer? Like I know there's like test footage they shot.
Oh, that's like the test footage that they did
to put something together.
Looks good.
I thought it did.
Was it trailer for what?
The leaked trailer for Fantastic Four. Like there's screenshots and stuff out there from it.
Oh damn! I didn't even see those.
This is the whole thing. Someone posted the whole video.
Wow.
Yeah, I've tried to avoid it. I've seen a few things, and it's hard not to avoid. But
one of the shots I did see was Pedro Pascal as Reed. He's like in a lab coat. I'm like, all right, looks like Reed to me. I don't know what
he looks good.
Is.
He looks good.
I don't love the casting, but I guess I can get behind it.
I mean, I understand the point about Pedro because Pedro's in everything, and that's kind of a problem because he's in Last of Us. Oh, he's in Gladiator 2. He's in Fantastic Four. I mean, he literally keeps talking about joining different. And of course, he's in Star Wars. He's not. I don't think you're going to see his face in the Grogu movie. You might see it for like one scene.
Yeah.
But I think that's the problem. You see Pedro in too many big franchises at the same time, and so people are like, "I'm tired of Pedro Pascal." But you get him now, until the point where he's too booked up to where he has to turn down projects because he has Marvel. So he has to he can't do other stuff because I bet DC would have picked him up. Yeah. I bet DC would have got him if Marvel
didn't snatch him up quickly as they did.
Played. I don't know. That's the question. Ooh, you know who Pedro could play? Question. Ra's al Ghul.
Oh man.
Ooh. I mean, I don't know.
It would be fun to see him play.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
Vandal Savage, maybe? No.
I don't know about that one.
I really liked Vandal Savage in Legends of Tomorrow for some reason. I love that version.
Oh, we have Maxwell Lord again. I forgot he was in Wonder Woman 84. I forgot he was in that movie. I forgot.
Every time I think of it, it's just when he's looking at Gal Gadot and whenever she's on the car and it looks like he's just like at shock of her terrible acting.
God, that movie was terrible.
I forgot. I forget what the meme line is, but it's good, but it could be better or something like that. It's like
life is good, but it could be better. But it can be better.
Life is good, but it could be better. That was
Did that release on New Year's?
Yeah.
Was that like a new?
I think it came out right before Christmas.
Yeah, it was like
I think it was Christmas Day or something.
Yeah, it was Christmas Day. Yeah,
and Max was like having problems loading the movie because so many people were trying to watch it.
I remember that. Me and my dad were watching football, and I remember at the end he was like, "That wasn't bad," and I was like, "I did not enjoy it was not good."
No,
DC's dead. That's what I thought after. I was like, they're cooked.
And I think if that movie would have released in theaters, if COVID never happened, I feel like it would have done bad. People are like, well, the streaming and COVID destroyed the movie. No, the movie's quality destroyed the movie. Like, it would have maybe had a decent opening weekend, then everyone realized, ooh. Hal Jordan? I don't know about Hal Jordan.
No, absolutely not.
I think he's maybe a little too old to play Hal Jordan at this point.
How about John Stewart? You know, why not?
Just anybody. Pedro can play anybody. Pedro's Wonder Woman. Pedro's gonna be Batgirl.
Shit.
Now you know who I'd like to see if they wanted to go really crazy. Pedro as Bruce Wayne. Why
that
not?
Would be crazy. That would garner a big reaction from people.
Oh yeah.
That's better than the other options that were laid out, but I still don't. I don't know, man. I wouldn't rule it out, but
Yeah, why not?
I don't love it.
But
I just wish
people saying Glenn Powell's gonna be Batman.
Man, I hope not. I heard that shit too. No.
I would just love
like
Pattinson to be Batman in the DCU.
In every yeah. Matt
I love the Batman. I think the Batman is.
Oh, Batman's good.
I've only watched it one time, but I love it.
I'm on the side of they should just cross them on over and
Just
not split the universes. Whatever. That's what I would do. A lot of people don't love that idea, but I would do it.
I get the point of Elseworlds. That's what they're doing, but like,
Yeah.
I feel like with Matt Reeves, you're never gonna see superpowers, unless he allows like, okay, we can have Mr. Freeze, okay, we can have Clayface, but we're not gonna bring in Superman. Oh, I didn't do that.
Lost him.
I did not do that. Did not do that.
Sure you did.
No, I looked at him. I was like, "We're gonna leave," and he's like, "Okay, no, I didn't do nothing. I didn't touch nothing."
Damn.
Oh yeah, well, Cape Crusader. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Yep, Cape Crusader. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Batman.
You got a pretty high on Rotten Tomatoes right now. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, well, it deserves it for sure, man. I finished the episodes Monday. Yeah, so
Nice.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think people are gonna enjoy it. It definitely you get that vibe of animated series.
Yeah.
Oh, no worries. Understandable. No worries. If you can jump back in, just come on that back in. Yeah, female penguin. I was wondering if they were going to reveal this before the reveal of the show, because they've been hiding Penguin. I started it's in the first episode. It's not really a spoiler because it's the first episode. And at first, I didn't know this because obviously I'm watching the show last week before they officially announced it. So I'm starting to watch the show. I'm like, who's this character? This dressed like Penguin. Oh, this is Penguin. Okay. And I'm like, and literally, I'm thinking in my head, I wonder if I said in the video, the internet's gonna have a field day with this.
Oh yeah.
Like the internet's gonna have and they did. Mm-hmm. All I will say is, yes, Penguin's female, but Penguin is brutal in the show. Like there are two things she does specifically. I'm like, holy shit, they just did that.
I'm open to it.
Yeah. Welcome back, Logan.
Oh, sorry about that.
We were joking that I looked at you and you're like, and then you left.
Yeah, I went and looked. I was in the stream for a little bit trying to see what I was missing.
We were talking about Cape Crusader.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was tomorrow. I'm really excited.
That's the problem. The marketing hasn't really been that great.
Yeah, I've seen the female penguin thing, but that's about it I've seen for the marketing for this.
I was thinking, oh boy, okay, are they going to reveal this? And that they revealed it at Comic-Con, but I'm like, I was really thinking they're not going to reveal this till the show comes out. So I don't know how the audience is going to respond. Like, oh boy, here we go. And then they revealed it. So I was like, okay. And it's because they had the Comic-Con panel, they brought out the actress who was voicing her. But I was like, oh boy, this is going to be bad. Because I already know the fake outrage, as we were talking about earlier, fake outrage. People are going to be like, oh, fucking, because there's already videos. They went woke. They ruined the show. No, trust me, they don't. In the middle of the episode, she literally does the first thing out of two that she does that is bonkers. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Did they actually do that? Yes, they did. And the second thing she does in the last 2 minutes, I'm like, what the? Oh my god! And then it ends. I'm like, what happened? What happened? And yeah.
And it's set in the 40s, right?
Yep, in the 40s. Yep, and there is limitations. There is no there's all these screens and all this stuff. No, it's literally a dude, and his Batmobile is badass. Oh my god, I love his Batmobile. I love it so much.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, the Harley Quinn stuff is actually really good. I know what you're saying, Tyler, and it's probably going to piss people. Oh my god, Harley's different. Yeah, she's different. Yeah, but she's awesome.
People are scared of just new takes on characters.
Yes.
And
I'm telling you, I think the Harley stuff may be one of my favorite episodes of the 10 episodes. It was so good. I really enjoyed the reveal and everything about it. So, exactly, the people that are complaining don't actually care about Penguin.
That's how it always is.
Fair
So
point.
true.
It doesn't even
Yeah.
have to be within, movie and film. It's just anything. It's fake outrage. It's what it
Anything that is different. Oh, by the way, it's already in the marketing. Barbara and Commissioner Gordon, her father, they're not white. Ooh. Ooh. And guess what? It doesn't change shit about their characters. They're still great characters. It doesn't matter. Ooh. Because it's different if, like, okay, a part of their character, their race is very important to the character. Like Black Panther, you cannot change his race.
Mhm.
That is very specific. But Commissioner Gordon, it doesn't matter what race he is. Pedro Pascal could play Commissioner Gordon. It wouldn't change anything. It's just, oh, we have a great actor playing the role. And they already did in the Batman.
Yeah,
Jeffrey
yeah,
Wright.
That's my
Batman.
favorite
I
one.
love that version of Commissioner
Yeah,
Gordon. I love
he's
it.
so good. It doesn't matter what race, like, but if you start going the route of like, well, Black Panther, no, you can't change Black Panther, no, that's very fundamental to that core character. But you could say, because people are saying Giancarlo Esposito, who is not white, to play Professor X. Oh, so you want that, but you can't accept this over here.
Yeah.
Her actual name, it's Oswalda. I will say that's the one thing I don't like. The fact that all they did was add an
Yeah,
A
that's
to her
weird.
name. That's the one thing that I
Yeah.
think it's lazy as shit. Oswalda.
Hmm.
It's boring. But it doesn't matter because they hardly say her name anyways. She's just a villain. Like, I bet if she didn't dress as the Penguin, they didn't call her the Penguin, no one would have batted an eye. Like, oh, it's a villain character. Okay, it's a female. All right. Whatever, because it's the Penguin or whatever. But I don't care who. I mean, that's fine. Someone didn't like the show. For me, I enjoyed the show. It's not perfect, but I mean, in terms of if you're looking for that dark aesthetic vibe and a darker Batman animated series, like where they're not censored, this is the show to watch. Is this?
Awesome.
There's little shots from this show. It's like, oh, they're paying clearly 100% homage to Batman the Animated Series right here. Okay, that's what they're doing. There's little shots of Batman. I'm like, this is from Batman the Animated Series, right? No, this is from the new show. But it looks just like it's from the original. I'm like, my God.
Nice.
But I think that was intentional. But that's what gets clicks and views. What do you expect?
Money.
You have to think positively. That doesn't get you attention.
Yeah, if
I
you say
know.
like, oh, I love this, we're like, huh?
That's how it's
You'll be
always
like, "No, you
been,
don't."
though.
You
That's
are
how-
a shill because you enjoy things, man.
That's
Yeah.
how it's always been, though. Like, drama sells, unfortunately.
Drama does sell, and there's certain YouTubers who sell drama well, very unbiased. I'm like, okay, I can watch this. It's stupid internet bullshit.
Yeah.
But then you got the other people who have a clear bias when they're trying to just get their own perspective. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's not working, man.
Yeah.
Well, you can just tell too, like people who went from being very positive in the videos and now they're all negative all the time. And
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like,
not going to
okay,
name any creators, but I
was
could
about
if I
to.
wanted to.
We know. this one individual blocked me because I called them out a year ago on this shit.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Did his name start with a T?
No. What? No. Yeah, I mean,
Dude.
who would be stupid enough to not take his own woman to Disneyland because he thinks it's woke? I mean, who the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Forgot about
And
that.
I get not liking Disneyland, but
Yeah.
in Disney World for like specific reasons in terms of like workers stuff and like
But his reasoning.
but the
Because
specific
woke.
reasoning. It's like, bro, it's a place for kids, man.
Yeah,
Some people just seem truly miserable. Like,
Uh,
that's,
it's
True.
all
That's the
pretend.
conclusion.
It's all pretend.
yeah.
Either that or this is how that person truly is, and all the positive videos back then that blew that individual up was all fake.
Yeah.
Either or, it's still a bad look. Yep,
Yeah.
you got it. TR Beast. I don't know who that is. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Mr. Beast. No.
TR Beast. I was like, who the fuck's TR Beast? Okay, Mr. Beast. Okay, yeah, TR Beast. TR Beast. Binging the show. Good luck. Have some fun. Oh yeah, Catwoman's fun too. Enjoy it. Yeah, it's an easy binge. Honestly, I didn't binge it because I recorded videos for it, but it's definitely a bingeable show. If you
How many episodes is it?
10 this season. I think there's a second season confirmed. I'm guessing it's 10 more episodes, but we don't know.
Is it all dropping at once, or is it like a weekly?
All at once. And I honestly don't like that.
I hate that.
I hate it when they do that.
They did it for Fallout as well this year.
Yeah.
It's like, God.
Yeah, and I didn't even watch it because I just I'm not gonna. I like shows that are weekly, especially when they come out, so I can just watch them and watch one a week instead of like, okay, now I have to.
Yeah,
it's a personal thing, but I've heard Fallout was good. I still have yet.
I heard it was too. I heard it gets better as you go. Yeah,
it does.
Yeah, it's about 23 minutes each. Nice. And they don't waste time. They don't and they've already released the intro, which is like they play it every episode. It's very simple. Most of those shots are from the show. They're just color coded and changed, but they're good. I love that music. I was like, oh, this is good.
There's a lot of stuff coming out this next month. We got that. Rings of Power Season 2 comes out at the end of the month, which I'm excited for. I'm excited for that.
More power to you.
More power. Yeah, more power. I see you think more power to you.
But I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan anyway. But
me neither.
But I love Lord of the Rings. I, as a child, reenacted every scene. It was my thing.
That was your thing.
And the first season wasn't even. I didn't even love it that much. It wasn't the greatest thing, but the trailer got me for this next one. And I'm excited for it.
Well, apparently, based on what people said at the end, it picks up at the very end of season 1, setting up season 2. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I stopped halfway through. I'm like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this. It's beautiful. It wasn't
visually. Yeah,
visually, yes.
A lot of money put into it.
Yeah, a lot of that. They spent $1 billion and shit for the damn rights. Like, guys, you're not gonna make this back. It's streaming only. Guys, come on.
Didn't they change a lot of stuff with the lore and all that?
There was a few things that shouldn't have been there that were there.
Yeah.
Which I'm not too upset about. It's like they have only certain access to specific things within the Tolkien estate, and certain they had the Silmarillion. They had access to some of that, but I don't remember exactly. I don't know. A lot of stuff. I don't know. It was complicated.
Everyone's going after Angry Mob, just like with Acolyte shit. If you liked remotely anything Acolyte, oh boy.
Yeah, I had my problems with it, but I didn't think it was the worst. The worst TV show of all time.
It didn't work for me,
which that's fine.
Yeah,
I didn't.
It wasn't that great. It was.
What did you say, Logan?
I didn't expect it. I didn't expect to like it, but I checked it out finally after when it was almost done running, and I really liked it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the beauty of entertainment. It's all subjective. Whatever. For the first time on Council of Creators, Cody is here. Welcome, sir.
What's up, guys?
Hey, man.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Been waiting. This has been something in the making since I don't even know, man. Years
ago,
dude.
It's been a while. I know, but I'm finally happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you? Yeah. So what are you mad about? Are you against the woke stuff? What's up, man? What's going on?
What am I not mad at is the better question.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's so mad, angry.
Yeah. No. But yeah. So I heard we were talking Deadpool, Wolverine. What are we talking about? Comic-Con. What are we talking about?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff, man. It's free flow. Whatever.
Right on. Yeah. I know you guys were just talking about the Acolyte and stuff like that. I heard you guys talking about that. Rings, like I said, I don't think it's I haven't finished it, but from everything that I've seen, it's not great, but I wouldn't say it's absolutely horrible. It's from everything I've seen, I'm just not on board with it. A lot of it, honestly, to me, it doesn't really have anything to do with the woke stuff. It's just the story of it. It just doesn't really seem very appealing to me. It's not something I feel really interested in. The action that I've seen is dope. I watched the first episode. It was great. They're really handling the action very well. Not too thrilled that they just kind of off Carrie-Anne Moss like that, because they used her as a big marketing draw. But
that's the marketing for you.
Yeah, it's just for me. I'm not I am someone who does care about lore. I'm not super anal about it, but these are the things that when you're crafting a world, it's what makes the world feel lived in, makes the world feel real and and consistent. And in my opinion, there's not really any consistency. Plagueis' whole thing was being able to create life from the you guys have all seen Revenge of the Sith. You've seen the scene. And now kind of seeing that he pretty much got it from a coven of space witches that he was spying on from a cave. I don't know. To me, okay, I guess, whatever. But like, you know, because I know from what my understanding, I'm no Plagueis expert, but he was kind of like that's what he's known for, and so not a big fan of that. And
Well, that's the thing with we don't know canon wise Plagueis' thing because like there's like a
Yeah,
giant
because
like,
there's
that Plagueis legend novel, but like that's not canon. So
really
Right,
not a
yeah.
lot besides Revenge of the Sith and the Revenge of the Sith novel, I'm pretty sure. So it's all free form now. A lot of people do like that Plagueis novel, and people would like
Yeah.
that to be kind of sacred and like
right.
keep true to that, which
'Cause
I think
it
she
released.
did.
I think like a year or 6 months before Disney canonized certain things. So it was like it could have been canon, but this is like, nope,
Right,
we
yeah.
didn't authorize it. Nope.
Right.
Nope.
And I mean, you know, what's his name? Palpatine isn't super specific in Revenge of the Sith as to how Plagueis knew how to do that. So, I mean, like I said, it doesn't necessarily break the lore. I guess it just kind of
It's just a
attempts to add
decision
la-
that's like
Right,
That's,
it's-
kinda, that's like
right,
boring. It's not
right.
super-
Like I feel like if you're gonna okay, he got the idea from somewhere else. Like that's fine. I mean, cool. But like I think there was a much better way they could have gone about
Yeah,
that personally.
yeah.
I think it was a little lazy.
Power of
But
one. The
Or you
power
could
that
just
was
have people
I'm
freaking
sorry.
out
I'm
about-
sorry, but that's horrible. That is so bad.
the
It's
power of
so
one, the
bad.
power of two.
It's
The
so
power of
bad.
many.
there was a lot of cringe. There
It's so
was.
bad. It's just so
I really,
bad.
I wish they would have changed that. I get the concept of what they're doing, but it's like, what's happening?
Like some of the idea, like for example, like some people were up in arms when they called the Force the thread, and it's like to me that makes sense. Like this galaxy is huge. You're gonna have different people from different areas of the galaxy refer to it as something different.
It's like religions. It's
right,
you know.
exactly. So to me, that's not that doesn't really like break anything, but
That and Kiadi Mundi's age, people were freaking out about
that
Like,
too, yeah.
it's like, bro,
But-
who
Yeah,
cares?
no one cared about him until that episode.
Right,
No,
like-
Exactly.
Nobody
No,
cared.
nobody except for like the diehard fans knew what his age was or anything like that. So like that
Mhm.
doesn't really bother me. But it's just overall, it's just like I love.
I really
Star
hope
Wars.
he did. I really
Right.
hope he did.
And like I love Star Wars, but like, I mean, nobody can deny that since Disney acquired it, like I guess you not since Disney acquired it, but since like the end of the last trilogy, it just hasn't been the same. Like we haven't had a theatrical Star Wars movie since.
Mhm.
Yep.
A lot of the shows I think we can all agree are pretty mid. Besides Mandalorian, I haven't seen Andor yet. I've seen the first
Andor's
episode.
great.
I've
It's
heard it's
phenomenal.
wonderful. Visually, it looks incredible. Don't know
Visually,
why
I think it's the
show-
best. It's,
right.
oh,
Don't know how that show got quite literally double the budget of Obi-Wan Kenobi because that show was
Yeah,
absolute dog water. But I mean, we can
I
talk
enjoyed
about that another
moments
day.
of it. I enjoyed moments.
me
but
too.
Overall, it's just
Overall, it
like,
was horrible. I mean,
it's
it
just
was
like just
lazy.
make it into a movie at this.
It was
point.
so lazy. Like I loved the final fight, the final confrontation, the
Oh,
final
yeah.
scene. I think that's some of the best Star Wars we've ever seen.
Did you know that? Did
But-
you know that Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader? I didn't know that.
I had no idea.
I had no
blew my
idea.
mind.
I was unaware.
my
I was
mind.
like, wait, what?
And did you know he blew up the Death Star? No, I'm kidding.
No, I didn't know that.
Apparently
No,
he
I-
did.
that-
According
that's
to the
apparently-
acolyte,
That's
apparently
the
he did.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah. I'll give that one a little side.
But
just
yeah,
because
it's just
Harrison
overall,
Ford
it's
didn't
just-
care either.
Like the interest in Star Wars just isn't where it used to be, and I think some people are kind of in denial of that. Like, obviously, Star Wars isn't dead; it's just too big to die. But it's just not where it needs to be or where it should be right now. And that's
Need Dave
disappointing.
Filoni just to be kind
Star
of
Wars animated
the
content.
Kevin
has been-
Feige.
Dude,
Yes.
I will die on this hill. Clone Wars 2003 is top 3 Star Wars to me.
It is.
Like,
Oh,
It
before.
is.
Oh,
for me, so the Clone Wars 2003 is top 3 Star Wars. Like for me,
Yes.
it's Empire, Revenge of the Sith, and then 2003 Clone Wars. To me, that is
I
top
could be
3
on
Star
board
Wars.
with you for that. Honestly,
So,
I could.
I think that they
I
should
love
go
the
back
final
to that.
season of Clone Wars when Disney Plus brought out all that. Even though the 4 episodes of the Ahsoka and the Sisters was like shit, but when it's the last 4 on the Siege of Mandalore,
It was a
against
literal movie.
Maul, yeah, it's insane how good that was.
Right, yeah, but I don't know. Like I really like hopefully Disney listens and just there's just something like, for example, the thing we got the closest we got to reinvigorating this franchise was Mandalorian season 2 finale when Luke came back and rescued Grogu. Like that was awesome. And like I feel like that was the first time in a while that like the Star Wars fandom kind of came together and was like, this is awesome. Like this rules. Like we're back. And then they just kind of
They fumbled it.
kind of-
They
they
literally
fumbled it.
fumbled it.
So,
You could have made an animated show showing Luke around that era, you know, when he builds his Jedi temple
Right.
and have an animated show like that, which I think they still can do, and I think
I
they
feel
will
like that would
do.
work. Yeah.
But who really cares about it at this point, though? I mean,
Right.
The
It's a fair
diehard
point.
fans.
I think if they do it right and they release like a really good trailer that shows, listen, this is what we've been cooking. I think because that's what Star Wars fans want. They want good Star Wars again. So it's like if it's good, like I think the fans will show up for it. Like I really do.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just their decisions. Like the Book of Boba Fett completely undid the finale of season 2 of Mandalorian.
I
Don't know
know.
what they were thinking with that one. Undid
literally were
2
just-
seasons of show.
They were just trying to get them back together.
Yeah, because it was the money
Yeah.
draw. Like everybody
Yeah.
loved Mando and Grogu, but in my opinion, the conclusion of that arc was so well handled. I mean,
Mhm.
I was crying in the finale of season.
Oh
2
yeah, I
of Mandalorian.
freaked
Like,
out. It was
I
insane.
rooted for them. I was like, yes, like Mando kept true to his word. Grogu's with the Jedi. Like, I don't hate the decision that Grogu chose Mando over being a Jedi. That's cool. But you should have saved that for the Mandalorian show, not Boba Fett, where he
That should
disappears
have been
in
the
2
finale
episodes.
of season
Yeah.
3.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
But like they
Separated.
shoved it into the middle of Boba Fett, and I'm like, where's Boba Fett? Like, what are we doing? So yeah,
It's like you have a few shows, or I love Ahsoka. I think Ahsoka was
Ahsoka was
awesome.
dope. I dug
Yeah.
it. In my
Yeah.
opinion, some of the action was filmed a little lazy. Maybe that's just
I
Filoni's
agree.
inexperience with delivering action. I think he needs to
Mhm.
move the camera more when he's shooting his action because it takes the intensity right out of it. And I'm just like, okay. But no, Ahsoka was dope. Like it was definitely
Story wise,
I
it
loved
was
a lot.
sick. Like it was pure Star
yeah.
Wars.
I dug it a lot, and I think with Filoni, if you have Filoni in charge, I think you can start to get things back on track for sure.
I was just surprised that there was lightsabers in it. I was like, this is weird. All right. All right.
I know, yeah, we don't see a lot of Star Wars
Yeah, what's that with that?
lightsabers in Disney
Yeah,
Star Wars,
and I'm
anymore.
so happy we're getting season 2 based on how they ended season 1 of Ahsoka. I'm like, okay, I need
Mhm.
more.
Recasting
Right.
Balin, which
I hate
rest in
that.
peace.
Ugh.
And I think it's okay
was
because
so,
he has,
but he was so good. That's the
He
thing.
was
so
good, dude.
but he has so much story to tell, and I think you have to tell that story.
I would have
Who do you-
rather
but
seen
who
a
do you
show about him,
recast?
honestly.
But who do you recast with?
That there's names out there, and all of them I don't love. Somebody said I think Gerard Butler.
I would not hate that. Honestly.
I wouldn't
would not
hate it. That was the one that came to mind. I was like,
Just go with the tried and true. Go with Keanu.
Whoa,
Just have him in there and be like,
whoa.
whoa.
No, just to mess with people. He was Punisher at one point. John Bernthal, just another Punisher. This makes no sense. Like, oh yeah, we'll get him. Another
Right.
Punisher.
Right.
Or just to mess
Oh,
with people
yeah.
even more, it's Tom Holland. Just, don't even say nothing. This is Tom Holland.
Let's do it.
Let's
Just
bring
get
in
Tom
Pedro
Holland in there.
Pascal.
Yeah,
Or
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro
Pedro
Pascal,
Pascal,
yeah.
yeah.
Dude. He's in everything. That's a good segue. I want to talk to you guys about the Comic-Con stuff. So what did you guys think about it? Like, have you seen the leaked Fantastic Four footage? What do you think about the
I've only
RDJ
seen a couple
stuff?
of images.
Because I missed that. So if you guys talk about it, I'm sorry.
No, it's
I
okay.
missed it.
No,
yeah,
I've,
what were you-
we've
what
only
do you
seen.
guys think
I've
about
only
it?
seen a couple images, but the one shot of Pedro in his lab coat, I'm like, oh, that's Reed. All right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
I
that's
agree.
Cool.
I
agree.
watched the whole leak footage, and I think it looks really good.
I agree, dude. I'm sold on it. Like, I wasn't sold on Pedro as Reed at first. I was like, I feel like you could have found someone a lot better.
Mhm.
But then I saw the test footage and just their natural chemistry together, and like,
The
dude,
chemistry is the big one. I feel
It's
like that
there,
they're
man.
gonna
The
be
most important
so
part of the
good
movie.
with it.
It's
Of course.
there, dude. And that's like all B-roll stuff. Like that's just stuff they threw together to put together like a concept teaser.
Yeah.
And like if this is the concept, I'm sold, dude. Like it looks dope.
The backdrop behind them when the Fantastic car was coming to pick them up, the backdrop of the concept art of like their New York City.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sick.
It's
It
so
looks
cool.
sick.
Oh,
I love it too.
retro, but like futuristic vibes.
yeah,
Right.
The Jetsons, literally.
Jetsons
that's
It
what
is.
vibe.
It's the Jetsons brought to life. It literally
Galactus
is. And
looked like a transformer, like the way
he did.
his
You
eyes
could tell
looked.
it's very unfinished.
It was
obviously.
very. Oh yeah.
But dude, I mean, if you're just to get
Better
a
than the
sneak
space
peek-
cloud.
It's
Yeah,
yeah, it's better
than a
than
giant
cloud.
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 So like I'll take it, but like it looks sick. Like I'm really, and it's crazy because you'll probably see people like, oh well, they're not even in the main universe. Like why should we care? And it's like, well, that's the point. Like if the
They will
character
be.
work is really good, you're gonna give a shit. Like
Yep.
you're gonna
Yeah,
be like, I
'cause
don't
they're-
want them to die. Like I
They're
don't want
coming
their
over
world
to.
to
They're
end.
coming to the MCU. Like, listen,
Right.
They're
this
gonna
is gonna be.
for sure
This be a
merge
one.
that.
It's gonna be a one and done. This is
Yep.
when you're only gonna see this. So you might as well embrace it now because at the end of the movie, incursion happens. They're traveling to MCU and that Earth is gone.
Right.
Sorry.
And then if Doom goes with them, if Doom does show up in Fantastic Four and like the post-credit scene is him going with them after the incursion, you're going to have everyone in 616 like, Tony? Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? And they're going to be like, who the hell is Tony? Like, so it's going to it's going to make some pretty cool like interactions and stuff. Now, the RDJ thing, I can understand why people are pissed about it. Like, I get it. Doom is like one of the most popular Marvel villains. And, you know, like, especially nowadays, if it's like a Romani character or something, they want that kind of actor cast in the role. And obviously, RDJ isn't that. But I don't know. Like, some people are saying it's safe, and I can see where they're coming from because he's the face of the MCU. They're bringing the Russos back. Like, they're obviously going back to what worked for them. But this is also like a pretty risky move. Like, the safe move would have been bringing him back as Iron Man. But, like, they're bringing him back as Doom, like a very popular Marvel villain that everybody knows and loves. So it's like, obviously, you're already seeing that it's a risk. So, like, I respect the hell out of them for doing that. I just hope that it's done well, because I can see why people have their reservations. But I think he's gonna do well, because I'm not like a Doom diehard, but like I think he's gonna be pretty good.
It would be cool if like it starts off the movie with him, but the real Doctor Doom comes in and kills him like Ultron did.
That'd be cool, but I don't think they would drop as much money on Robert Downey Jr. as
Right,
they
to do that.
For the first 5 minutes.
Now, what I think they're going to do is kind of like a multiverse of madness situation, like how we saw, like it's already established that different actors, different faces, I guess I should say, can play the same character. Like we have John Krasinski, Reed Richards, now we're getting Pedro Pascal. Like I'm trying to think of other examples. I know there are some, but like different characters, like Spider-Man, the different Spider-Man, the different Captain Marvels. So, like, I mean, I could see that kind of being this scenario. Like, we're seeing him because it was, like, a fan cast. I heard he was up in the running to play Doom in, like, 2005, like, with the original Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah, he did not.
So I'm thinking we're going to get something like that. Like, he's playing a version of Doom, but I think we're going to get the actual Doctor Doom event or whatever. Eventually.
He won't be the main line. He'll be
he's not going to be the main victor. Event. He's just a victor. To like be the big bad of
he's the one they wanted to announce to get the most hype because he's a big actor and a big
right.
I think it'll be the finale of the multiverse we'll be finally and hopefully just in our main line.
Right. All of them are going to exist in 616. The Mutant Saga. Exactly.
Mutant Saga, please.
Mutant Saga.
We need it. Yep. I mean, well, based on the fact that we know Fantastic Four from another Earth, I really do believe X-Men are going to come over from another Earth. That's what it is. Like, that's how they bring them in. Because instead of like, oh, we're just going to randomly establish a team we've never heard of before in the MCU. Like, that is it's got to be an incursion.
I think I agree with you, like, to an extent. So I do think that some of the X-Men might be brought over from other universes, but I also heard that Adamantium's going to be introduced in Cap 4 via the Celestial.
Yep.
So
that was very
obviously you're going to have a bunch of crews that are trying to go over to that corpse to mine all of this adamantium because apparently it's stronger than vibranium.
Stryker's going to show up there.
Bingo. So then you're going to have Stryker's crew there, and then they're just going to find their Logan, and they're going to do the Weapon X thing, and they'll have their version of Wolverine. I personally hope it's Henry Cavill, but hey, it's probably not going to be
the Cavalrine,
right? But I think he would absolutely crush it as Wolverine. Just from that 5 seconds, I was like, dude, he could absolutely be. I even tweeted about it. I was like, absolutely, he could be the MCU's Wolverine.
It's insane that they did that because he's the only other person to play Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised
for 5 seconds, but he ate that shit up.
He played him at the first 5 minutes of Origins.
Oh yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
that little boy.
Yeah. Right,
no one remembers him.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about that, unfortunately.
Because he was just a kid Wolverine.
Honestly, the opening of X-Men Origins should have been X-Men Origins. Because the opening
so fire.
And then they're like, hey, we're just going to not do that, and we're going to do this. And then
we should have ended it with him getting the metal claws. And
straight up. That's another talk for another day. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I love how the send-off they did for Fox. I thought it was great. But I think Cavill would crush it as Wolverine. I think that would be a really dope thing to see. So
he would be great.
Maybe they'll do it, but I don't know if they will. But I think he would be absolutely down to do it for sure.
Yeah. The line he says, "We'll treat you better than those shit fucks down the road."
Yeah, shit down the street.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that shit was great. I love that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, how about we shift to DC? How are you guys feeling about DC? I haven't talked to you guys about this. Like, how are you guys feeling about everything?
I mean, are you meaning
Superman just wrapped?
You mean DM or DC?
No, like
Maybe.
DC, like DC Studios, like everything that's going on with them right now. Like Superman just wrapped filming. Like,
Well,
how do
we
you
have
guys
James
feel about
Gunn here.
Superman?
James Gunn, tell us what's going on, man. Come on, James.
You know what? I haven't been able to say a lot about DC, but I can say that the Flash season 10 is, we're I think we're getting about to film that next year. Everyone's gonna be very excited about that. I can feel.
It's Ezra Miller, right? It's Ezra Miller's Flash, right?
Oh,
well,
that's the
actually,
twist.
we're actually filming with both Grant Gustin and Ezra Miller, and they're actually playing the same role. We're just like swapping,
in
so
random
like
scenes.
one's tired,
You don't
and
even
go to
notice.
bed, and
You don't even notice.
No,
yeah, I mean, it's not gonna make sense.
In the middle of scenes, he's having a scene with Candace Patton plays Iris. They're on a couch talking. Then it cuts to a close up of Grant, then a wide shot of Ezra, and then it cuts to
They should
Candace.
totally do that.
Yeah,
And
I would
throw
love
John
to
Wesley
see
Shipp in there for a second.
I would laugh so hard.
I need to see an edit of that.
And,
That'd be
and then
hilarious.
the really bad CG animation of whoever played Jay Garrick in the Flash movie.
Oh my god,
that
bro.
guy in there.
Oh my
That'd be a
god.
really funny
Claymation.
just like experiment where it's like it's just like a normal show, but each episode a different actor plays like the same character, and they don't explain it, which is each episode. It's the same character, but
Right.
it's just like
American Horror Story or something.
yeah.
It's like the opening scene or the opening clip from Brave New World. It's like, I like the new look there, Mr. President. It's like, we know what you're doing.
It's the mustache. I lost the mustache, and now I'm a totally different person.
If any of you guys seen the Comic-Con panel, or at least what they were allowed to film, when he was asked about playing the character, Harrison Ford's like, "Well, I would have grown a mustache. They would have asked me." And then I don't know why he did this, but freaking God, I don't know why he did. I just don't understand. Anthony Mackie is like, "That's Harrison Ford. Tell him on. I got fucking Harrison Ford in my movie." He's like screaming all over the stage, like, "What are you doing, man?"
I love their beef. It's so funny.
And it's
It's
funny
the
because
funniest
Harrison
thing.
Ford literally doesn't give a shit. So it's
No.
that's so funny, dude.
He was asked which character you think would be more afraid of snakes, Indiana Jones or Thunderbolt Ross. He says, "I'm not answering that question." I'm like, thank you.
That's that. Where he's
Yeah.
like, I'm not answering that stupid
I'm not
question.
answering that stupid question.
Yeah, dude. Harrison Ford doesn't give a shit, dude. Like, he's one of the most popular characters in Star Wars, and he's like, I don't give a fuck about Star Wars. Like,
He don't give a shit about
I don't
anything.
care.
I want to know how much money he was paid for the Rise of Skywalker. That little cameo.
Oh, dude,
Like,
that cameo had to have
so
eaten a good
much.
chunk of that budget, dude.
And you notice his hair. It wasn't even really put. It was just like. He just
And
walked
what's
on
crazy
set.
is it
He's
was
like,
one of the better scenes in that movie. Like, I was like,
was a good heartfelt scene.
Yes, this cool. This works. This is the BBS Fortress of Solitude moment when he sees Pa Kent. Like, this is that moment. So it was like, that actually worked for me. And then Kylo and Rey kiss, and I'm like, okay, and there goes on.
Yeah, that completely. Yeah.
And it's just all down the drain. Cool.
I will
Love
say
it.
the one I do like is, even though it's really stupid, that they transferred lightsabers through timer shit, and he he pulled it out, and he's like this. He does little.
Oh
jump,
yeah.
like Han would. Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a nice-
that was a nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually,
that was
that's one
nice.
of the things that I didn't mind that they added to the Force, like the transference of objects. Like, sure, it kind of breaks canon because you're like, why the hell did nobody ever do this? But then it's like, it's
Well, they
kinda
need a
cool.
dyad. That's why.
Right, like,
Yeah,
it's
the
creative.
dyad was.
Yeah,
Right, like it's creative. I dig it,
dyad
but
in
like,
the
yeah,
Force.
Yeah,
the way
but it
the way
was-
the Emperor is like, a dyad in the Force. Like, I don't know what that is. What?
what's a dyad? Yeah,
Yeah, a
or
dyad.
Snoke. Snoke being able to connect Rey and Kylo through the Force somehow, but he doesn't sense a lightsaber.
But it
right
doesn't
next
matter
to
because
him.
he's a clone.
Yeah.
Like,
And it was actually all Palpatine. Fuck it. Yeah.
Right, yeah, it's just Palpatine.
It's
Like,
such
I don't know
a
how he
mess.
survived getting disintegrated in the middle of space, but
Well,
hey,
okay,
it
so
works.
there's even more of a crazier theory if you want to dive into this fucking rabbit hole. So apparently,
Let's do it.
people believe the Emperor that died in 6 is a clone of the actual Emperor that's been on that planet the whole time.
Yeah,
And that's such
He was
bullshit.
on the
That's
Exegol
the
whole
thing.
time.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
the thing.
Nah.
You know what I would say to that person? I'd be like, listen, just fuck off with that. Fuck all the way
Keep
out.
that in your
realize-
head canon. Don't
You
put
do
that
realize
on the
when you're
internet.
talking to Palpatine, you're talking to all the Sith. You know that, right? Like, I am all
Oh
the
yeah,
Sith.
I am all the Sith, and you
I
are
am
all
all
the
the
Jedi.
Sith.
It was just
Yeah.
such an in-game moment that they were like, we need to have this moment too.
Yeah, like the moment of her hearing all the Jedi, like that was pretty cool. Like I dig
was
that.
sick.
Like,
I
that
was
was
like,
kind
oh
of
my
cool.
God,
It would have been
I
better
hear
if you
Kanan.
actually
But then-
saw them somehow.
Exactly.
But then
You
Palpatine's
know?
like, "Hey, I'm gonna do what I did in Revenge of the Sith. I'm gonna shoot lightning at you, and you're gonna block it." And I
With
totally
two sabers
haven't
and
done this
But
walk it
the
in.
before.
second one,
You know, the lightning that 2 minutes ago destroyed an entire fleet. Yeah, you're just gonna use 2 lightsabers to block it, no problem
And
at
send
all.
it back,
Totally
and
fine.
then he
And
disintegrates.
then I'm not
again.
gonna move or stop shooting lightning. I'm just gonna let it reduce me to ash. Fine.
And Palpatine, before his dying breath, before he explodes into a million pieces, Rey, don't forget to say your name is Rey Skywalker at the end of the movie.
I know. So yeah, I didn't care for
Don't
that.
forget.
That either,
don't,
dude.
I need you to do it.
Again.
Well,
Just fuck all the way off with that.
I
man.
will say this. I think it is definitely interesting to see what they do with Rey returning. I don't know what they're doing with it, but it's the days really is not the problem. I
Here's
think
what they can do.
The writing is the problem.
Right.
I don't
Here's
think
what they
it's
can
gonna
do.
happen.
Here's what they can do to bring a bunch of fans back on board, and it's the easiest decision. You're gonna bring Finn back. You're gonna make him a Jedi, and they're gonna be like Jedi together, do some cool Jedi shit, because that's what Finn was going to be. Because imagine that, like a stormtrooper turned Jedi, like that's so cool. But instead, they're just like, no, we're just gonna make him the sidekick that screams Rey every 5 minutes. Like it's so stupid. Like,
Now,
it's like,
do you think this new Jedi Order they're going to be able to have relationships? Because the past fucking orders have been shit because they have these certain rules, and I feel like it breaks them all down. Like
I don't know if they're
know.
gonna go with a more traditional Jedi Order, if they're gonna just kind of
do whatever
just
they want.
train
They're
Jedi.
gonna
Like
be a
we're
progressive
trained to
Jedi.
help people. We're not a Jedi
Yeah.
Order. Like we're doing this because it's the right thing to do. Like kind of thing.
What the movie should be is 2 hours of Rey, Finn, and whoever the fuck else in a circle at a fire with a bunch of Force ghosts and go, okay, so explain to me again why you guys royally fucked up in the prequel era. Like, how did you not realize that guy sitting across from me at the desk was a Sith Lord?
Right.
What happened? Well, what happened? And why
Right.
did you, and then turn to Anakin? So why exactly did you turn on us? Like I what, man? Come on.
That's
That'd be
honestly a
fun
good
Lego
point.
special. That would be a fun Lego special.
Honestly,
well, like how they're doing Lego Darth
Literally.
Jar Jar, where Jar Jar's a freaking Sith Lord in the
I
Legos.
can't wait for that. Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
it's like Anakin's like, Palpatine, I'm here to arrest you, and he's like, well, I can maybe kind of possibly bring your wife back. Maybe we can do it together. I pledge myself to your teachings. I'm gonna go kill Kingpin now.
Yes.
What?
I will do it for you.
Okay, sure.
And then your name is Darth Vader. Why? I don't know.
I know,
picked the name.
seriously. Right.
Yeah, I love the prequels. I,
went
just
through
hate the
I
way
went through a
he gets
Rolodex
his
of
name.
names trying to
Right.
find one.
And
that
I love
works.
Revenge of the Sith. Dude.
Darth-
That movie's a banger. Right.
Yeah, Rolodex.
Is it
though? Is it though?
Yeah. Oh, we used the letter before that. Vader. That works. Okay.
Right. Like, I dig Revenge of the Sith, but I mean, there are definitely problems with it. But yeah, like
I
don't know,
like
I
it,
just-
but I wouldn't call it a banger.
See, I
That's my
compared
child version of me would. So
right.
Yeah,
Like I think for me,
saw
it's
it in the
definitely
theaters.
nostalgia
I
based.
saw it in
Like,
theaters.
it's nostalgia rooted, but I don't know. Like I can watch it and have a blast with it. Just like I can watch
Same.
Empire and have a blast with it. So
I can watch
Clone
all
Wars
of
and
them
have a
pretty
blast
much
with
and have a
it. Right.
blast.
I can't watch Attack of the Clones. I no thank you. I
Yeah.
have
I
no
love
desire to
it.
revisit.
I can do it. I can do
But
it.
like, I'd rather pop in Clone Wars 03 and just watch. Peak
I'd
Star
rather
Wars.
watch the Ben 10 live action movies. Those things are horrible.
Oh my
I'd watch
God,
that over
dude.
Attack of the Clones.
Oh my God.
Oh, did you
How
like?
dare
Do you like the live action Ben 10 movies, Darren?
Well, like's a strong word.
Okay, sorry.
Guilty.
I
They're
like-
not good.
You know what? I like the first one. I don't like the second one, which is
That's
a
the
little
funny-
bit of a hot take.
I haven't seen those
I-
movies since I was a kid.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember watching
now
on
that
Nickelodeon. and
Since I've been
that's
going
it.
through my Ben 10 era right
Mhm.
now, when I got to those movies, I'm like, oh god, it's bad.
Yeah, that's. I mean, as an adult, I'd also probably hate them, but also as a kid, they were like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool."
Right.
Yeah, I mean, at least they tried. I'll say that
Yeah.
they tried.
I don't know. It's just
Agree.
crazy because, like, I've been thinking about it. It's like just overall, like, even Star Wars, like what we've been talking about with Star Wars and Marvel and everything. It's just like all these big franchises are kind of tanking right now. Like, it's crazy. Like, these used to be like, these were the juggernauts. Like, when a Star Wars movie came out, it was $1 billion. When a Marvel movie came out, it was $1 billion. Like, I mean, DC not so much, but whatever. But still, like, you get what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just now, it's like the excitement is just like it used to be here, and now it's just here. And it's
I also
so
think
sad
it's
to
just
see
like the
that.
entire industry is kind of struggling. Like
Yes.
I don't
Right.
like obviously some of that is like the inner baseball like of it all, but also it's like people don't want to go to the movie theaters. Like they're just
No,
so
it's too-
expensive.
It's
It's
the
far
politics of the industry.
Yes,
The
it's
politics
so
as
hard.
well. It's a lot of different factors, but like for example,
Yeah.
like Kevin Costner's movie Taking, because it's like,
Yeah.
if to be honest, not a lot of people are in the market for a 3-hour western. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's just
And the
not
thing
a
was,
selling point right now.
he was banking on his Yellowstone fame, but then it came out that he was abandoning the show, and it really hurt his image.
Right,
Sorry, if
and
you were
yeah.
still in Yellowstone and made this franchise, okay, it might help, but you're right.
Or if he exited it a little more gracefully, then maybe. But it's
because literally he put out a video and it blew up. Hey guys, so
Right.
I'm officially out of Yellowstone. I'm here promoting the movie. I'm like, and people are like, okay.
right, yeah,
Like,
and it's like,
what
what
are
is
you
this?
doing?
Like a 3-hour western? Okay, like,
Mhm.
and then
it's like, and the trailer wasn't good, so
Right.
people didn't care.
right, like I don't think it was good enough to like hook people into go seeing it, right? Especially when it's a western, it's already hard to market.
And then you
But
look at like something like Furiosa, which you think would be a box office hit, but it tanked.
right,
you
it
look
did.
at,
That's
like-
honestly surprised me. I didn't expect that movie to
Yeah.
tank as bad as it did.
And then Bad Boys, was it Ride or Die or what was it?
Yeah,
I think it
Ride
was-
or Die.
Ride or
Yeah.
Die.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
that overperformed, and
Yeah.
Deadpool Wolverine overperformed, even though it had high expectations, anyways.
Mhm.
Right.
But then you look at something like Twisters, like like okay, is that really gonna? And
It did, yeah.
80 million
It did
opening
well.
weekend.
Right.
yeah,
Right. That's why like I'm excited to see like, you know, like when the Superman merch went live and sold out in like 30 minutes. Like it's cool to see like, okay, like cool. Like hype is there for DC still. Like people still give a shit. Like
Yeah.
just the movie just has to be good, and like, you know, we're back. You know, that's why I hate this whole like imaginary fandom war that's going on
Yeah.
between the Gunn people and the Snyder people. It's just so stupid. Like
I'm-
honestly, it's like
It's mainly one-sided. It's mainly just the Snyder
Yeah.
folks.
right, and it's like, but I have seen some of the Gun folks like turning into those people, and it's like you
Oh,
are
yeah.
like what you're shitting on. It's like,
Yeah.
like what's the point of this? Like if you enjoy it, go enjoy it. If you don't like Snyder, like I understand his style isn't for everyone, but it's like
Everybody just
Don't
wants
go-
a good movie. A good
right, like we all
superhero.
just we like
Superman
DC, we
movie.
want to see a good Superman movie. Like that's it. Like
Yeah.
you know, you
I
don't
think
need to
he'll
like
be fine.
dunk on
I
one.
think Gunn is.
I agree. This movie's gonna make money. I don't know if it'll hit
Yeah.
$1 billion, but like it's
Yeah.
gonna make them a profit. Like you're gonna see who's gonna continue. Like it's not gonna bomb. A lot of people are trying to say like, oh, people don't give a shit. Like clearly people care. Like people are excited.
Yeah.
It's Superman, dude. It's gonna make money.
What I really want, and like I know it's not going to happen because like it's the internet, but like next summer I want like Marvel and DC fans to come together, because we have Superman and Fantastic Four, which
Fantastic
both look
Four,
like
right.
it's like a love
Yeah.
letter to like the superhero genre, and
It-
like what those like classic superhero movies. I feel like it
Yeah.
And
should
they're
be
both
this
period
like cool.
pieces. They're
Yeah,
both
both-
period- yeah.
set in-
Right.
And,
Like
like,
Superman
yeah.
is kind of in a timeless era. I feel like it's
Yeah.
gonna be like kind of modern, but it's not. Like I don't know, like the animated series.
like some of the comics where it's like you don't know
Pretty much
exactly
just what
where-
Metropolis
Right.
is it's kind
Right.
of modern, but also very.
but it has a retro. It's like retro futurism kind of.
which gets
Yeah.
me excited because Brave and the Bold's gonna be the same way. I'm like, okay, I
Right.
like this.
That's why I'm very intrigued to see what direction they take this Batman.
Mhm.
Because I'm sorry, but the Flash had some of the worst bat suits I've ever seen in my whole freaking life.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's like I really hope. But then you look at Keaton's suits that were like in his chamber, and those are some of the best ones. So it's like I'm a little nervous about it. You know what I mean? Like I think like Muschietti's going to direct the crap out of that movie.
The
Actually,
fights are going to be awesome.
The
They're
fights
gonna
are going to be sick. Like I think the character work will be solid too, but it's Batman, dude, and it's like it just makes me nervous because it's Batman.
The
you know?
question
So,
about Damian, how they're gonna handle that.
Yeah.
how they're going to handle Damian and everything, and
Yeah.
so because this is the first time we've seen Robin in a movie since what? Batman and Robin.
Peak,
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
That's
I
so
mean, you
amazing.
can. I mean, I guess you can count the
We
Dark Knight
practically
Rises.
just
but-
never have had it practically.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Like
Yeah.
we haven't had a legit like Batman and Robin dynamic since
Mhm.
then. So like
It's
that's
all
going to
just
be
been
exciting.
dark and gritty Batman.
Right, and
Yeah.
so
With
I
either
mean, I
Robin
think we
being
should.
dead or
Right, like I don't want to go back to like Batman and Robin camp. You know, like you should
Yeah.
strike a good middle ground. Like I feel like some of the animation strikes a good middle ground.
Batman the animated
Yep.
series.
Yep.
Just do
Batman
that.
the animated,
Yeah, just
exactly,
that's the exact
strikes
tone
the
I
good
want.
middle
Yeah.
ground.
Just want that.
Exactly.
Except
So if it's
Damian's
like-
gonna be more killy. You know,
Right.
a little bit
If it's
killy.
like if it's the vibes of the animated series brought to live action, I think
Mhm.
you're gonna win a
Mhm.
like go the Red Skies, do it. Like just
Mhm.
just do it. Like go all out. So it's like I
You know
think
what,
it's
like-
I think it's gonna be dope.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
You know
Go
what's like a weird like tone? Like this might be like a little bit of a hot take, but like a weird tone I think I would kind of like is like what Arrow kind of was, where it's like he's a very serious character. He's gonna like toss people around, but also that's a very silly world. Like it's
Everybody
a very,
around him is goofy.
Yes, like
Yeah.
he's a serious character in a little bit of a goofy world, and that's kind of the tone I kind of wish that they can aim for.
I agree, actually, 100% with that.
Yeah.
That's actually a good way to look at it because, like, yeah, you have this guy who literally dresses like a bat and beats people up. So, like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
hopefully
He
they
is
can
inherently silly.
they can
Yeah.
keep the heart of it and like the grit that Batman is known to have. But then you can have people who are like, dude, it's a guy who dresses up like a bat. What are we doing? Like, what is actually
Yeah.
happening here?
And
So address the like you can embrace the absurdity of it without making
Mm-hmm.
it a joke.
Is this Batman going to be against striking? I'm curious if they're going to go with that similar tone as well. Like where
I don't know.
he's
Like, I definitely think they're gonna do like the Batman that has the no kill rule, obviously,
Oh,
because
yeah,
you know how much of a fuss people were in over that. In my opinion, I think a Batman that kills is just as fascinating as one who doesn't. It just depends on how it's handled, because
Mhm.
both are fascinating concepts and both can make for really
Mhm.
great stories, which we've seen.
Well, I think
But,
they'll
yeah.
go that route because Damien's going to be like, my grandfather told me I can kill and do whatever I
Yeah.
want.
Right,
And
and
he's
that's what's
like,
gonna be a
yeah,
great
yeah.
dynamic. Yes,
Yeah.
you're
I
gonna have
feel like-
Damien who doesn't care, and Batman who's like, "Bro, chill, like, stop killing
Yeah,
people,
chill out, man.
stop."
I also feel like we haven't actually properly seen the like no kill thing like properly in live act. Like I feel like the closest we've really got was like the like Gotham show, which
Or
is
the
We got
Batman.
the Batman.
Except
guess
for
so,
the car
kind of.
chase scene, because the car chase scene, obviously people died there.
Sure.
But I think that it got the closest to handling it well.
Sure.
Again, the animated series did it great.
Yes, 100%.
But yeah, it's going to be a hard thing to balance. But I definitely think they're going to go that route, kind of like in
Mhm.
BVS. In Man of Steel, everybody complained about the destruction, so you have like those throwaway lines where it's uninhabited, or like, thankfully the town square is now empty because the workday is over. Because like otherwise, you'd have those people on the internet like, oh. So
Well, that's the
yeah.
problem. That's the problem if you listen to Internet Mob.
Right,
Then
right,
you will change your shit, and you shouldn't.
right,
Because
right.
so I understand the point. Oh, Doomsday attacking Superman and BVS. Oh shit. Okay, it's all empty. Well, I would think it's more brutal if people died because of this.
Right. Like
Right?
in the
But-
animated series, bro, he's punching Darkseid through populated buildings and no one cares because it's a cartoon.
Yeah, because
So-
it's awesome. Superman's going. He's not holding back. Oh no.
Right. And
Yeah.
like, see, for me, and I've seen this like with like the like Joker, for example. Like, I don't know if any of you guys watched Stuckman's like original Joker review. He brought up a great point where he was saying, like Deadpool, for example, like those movies are way more violent than Joker, but Deadpool doesn't take the violence seriously. It's played as a joke, so people don't think about it the same way as where when you see Joker blast Murray on live television, you know, all of a sudden you have people putting articles like this movie's going to end the world and cause shootings and stuff. And it's like, it just depends on like how it's handled, I guess. You know what
It's
I
always
mean?
funny
Like,
when it's a big popular film like Joker for people to do that, but there's movies that are coming out all the time that are lower budget films that do way darker shit, and it
Yeah.
doesn't do anything.
it just
Watch
depends
the
on how,
Terrifier.
right. It depends on how the film and the characters take that. Like in Man of Steel and in Joker, the violence is taken very seriously. It's not a joke. It's supposed to be shocking. You're supposed to be like, whoa. It's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. And when films tend to do that, people tend to not like that, you know, and maybe it's because, you know, films are escapism and that reminds them of the real world, whatever. But like, I don't know. It's like you gotta be consistent with your standards. Don't get mad at Joker, but then laugh when Deadpool cuts a guy's head off. You know, it's like
Yeah, because the opening of Deadpool and Wolverine, he's like
way more
he's
violent than
dancing to
Joker.
bye while he's slaughtering
Yeah.
people with
While he's
the
stabbing
bones.
people with metal rib cages. It's like, you know, it's
he's
like,
literally murdering people with the bones of Logan,
right.
Yeah.
And nobody
which
cares.
is probably the best way you open that movie.
Absolutely. But
It's
like people don't
hilarious.
care because it's taken as a joke. As we're like in
Yeah.
Joker, it's
Sure.
treated very seriously. It's like, holy crap. And so that throws people off. And I feel like
Yeah.
BVS did that. They took it very seriously. They're like, yes, people died in Metropolis because that's what happens when two godlike beings fight in the middle of a city. You're not going to save everyone. And so people didn't really like that. And so I feel they're definitely going to steer away from that. Like with Superman, with Brave and the Bold, you know, like you've already seen in the Superman behind the scenes, like there's a clear focus on him saving the normal person, which, you
Yeah.
know, I don't
Which-
think it's like a dig at Snyder or anything. It's
No,
just a different take.
James is going the route of Boy Scout.
He is for sure.
Boy Scout.
I kind of hope it's like more in line
Classic
with the animated
Superman.
series. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he was I mean, he was a Boy Scout, but he wasn't. Like, he wasn't like a stumbly Clark, like Reeves Clark. You know, he was more like Cavill's Clark. But I think you're right. I think they're gonna go more like the Boy Scout route.
You know what I would like? I think they might be doing this kind of. My Adventures of Superman, the new animated show. I love that.
I do. I think it'll be a little bit more serious, just a little bit, but I think you're gonna see a lot of comparisons to that when the movie comes out. Absolutely.
Look, they did the comparisons of his suit next to David Cornstalk. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty close.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, My Adventures with Superman literally used Kingdom Come, but just added a couple more lines to it. Like, literally, that's all it is.
Which I'm wondering if that's teeing up. We're getting that storyline or something like that might happen down the road.
Oh, I think this movie is going to have Brainiac. Like Superman, I think it's going to be Brainiac. I think that's going to be the main villain.
Oh, wow.
I hope so, but I'm pretty sure.
Not
I
the-
love how we don't know.
Not in the first movie.
Yeah.
Did you guys see
Not in
what
the movie.
Nicholas, what's his name, Holt or whatever,
Holt?
for
Mhm.
he gave
Lex Luthor, yeah.
what he gave James Gunn for like a parting gift for wrapping filming?
I didn't. What did he give James Gunn?
It was a comic that had Lex on it.
Oh,
and Brainiac
yes,
was also
Lex and
on
Brainiac. Yes. I don't know. Maybe
Cool
Lex
if
and
they actually
Brainiac
did
will work
Brainiac.
together in this movie. I don't know. I think Lex is going to be like an overarching villain. Like you're going to see more of him. But I wouldn't be surprised if Gunn goes with Brainiac just because we haven't seen that yet. And I remember an interview that he did a long time ago on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast where he was talking about, like, I wanted to make sure that if I was going to make a Superman movie, that it would be distinguishable from other interpretations. Like, and he's right. Like with the suit, this is a suit we've never seen before. Like, you know, same with Cavill's suit. Like we had never seen that version of the suit before. With this one, it's its own thing. It combines many different eras of Superman. It has the bright colors of the early suits. It has the neck collar of New 52 and the line work. It has the Kingdom Come logo, which I love. I think that's great. But yeah, and so same with Brainiac. We've never seen a Brainiac on screen before in live action. At least you have in Krypton, but not in a movie. So it's like
not with Superman.
Right. So not with Superman. Exactly. That's a good point. So I think that's why I feel like Brainiac will be a villain in this movie. Maybe he won't be a movie villain, but I definitely think you're going to see him in this movie.
Well, I know who I think I know who the villain's actually going to be. I think.
Oh.
It's going to be Dave. It's going to be Dave from this I love it. Okay, so that's your audition. Okay. So
Yeah, best I can do.
that's it. No, okay.
Sold. We got our
Yeah,
Brainiac,
man.
ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
you're
Yeah.
Oh, Superman.
Casting calls are over.
Yeah, man.
Calling
That's a wrap,
games right now.
everybody.
So no, actually no. I think he might be better for like Dark Side. Yeah, there you go. Dave, you're Dark Side now.
I kind of hope they do Darkseid in the DCU. That'd be
Eventually,
great.
yeah.
They make him
No,
like
that'd be
Beast
cool.
Thanos. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? You know.
Okay, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
No. Okay, no, we can't do this. No, you can't just leave. No, you can't leave. What the hell's going on? People can't just leave.
So rude.
I kinda like the
Chair
idea.
reaction.
Yeah. What were you saying, Darren?
I kind of like the idea that, like, even if he is a villain in like a Superman or even a Supergirl, like even I think bringing him in as like your Justice League villain could be really cool. Just like the
Brainiac.
big main threat to bring them all together.
Mhm.
I think could kind of like what they did with like Loki, or
Yes.
with Loki, where he was the villain of Thor, but he's an even a bigger threat. So now they all have to come together and kind of
Yeah.
face him.
I like
That
how
happens with a
Cody-
lot of Superman villains, to be honest. 'Cause, like Darkseid
yeah.
started as a Superman villain. Brainiac is
Sure.
a Justice League villain sometimes too.
Yeah.
Like anyone who can fight just Superman can take on the whole league.
That's why I've been
Pretty much.
saying for a while. I feel like Apocalypse, who's an X-Men villain primarily, could work as an Avengers level threat. Because of how powerful Apocalypse is.
That would be dope. I would love to see Apocalypse as an Avengers level threat. That'd be sick.
Especially when like the Avengers movies are like, well, all the teams are just Avengers, so it'll probably be the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and
Yeah,
the
I think
Avengers
that
in those movies.
Apocalypse, he could only
Even-
work as an Avengers threat in the MCU because everyone's an Avenger there. In the comics,
Yeah.
the X-Men are so much bigger than the Avengers that, like,
Mhm.
I don't know if the Avengers could take on Apocalypse by themselves.
Right.
Like if Ultron could be an Avengers level threat, I'm pretty sure Apocalypse could be a bit. Like that dude is like, isn't he like an Omega level mutant? Like he's super powerful.
I really hope they bring back James Spader as Ultron and Secret Wars somehow or something.
Yeah.
That would be
I-
sick.
I
Oh
feel
my
like
God.
they should not.
He was a good Ultron. He was good
Yeah.
at
That-
that.
he was
he
so
shouldn't have
good,
been a
dude.
one and done. He
He
should
was
not.
kinda
I wish he was more serious. But the moments he is serious, I'm like, oh, I love it. But then
See,
he's
I actually
like,
love that. Like if you can balance it a bit more, we saw more of his goofy side than his serious side, but like I agree. Like
his moment with Vision at the end of the movie, right
Oh,
before
yeah.
he pretty
That was
much
amazing.
dies.
Oh,
that's one of the that's
maybe one of
bruh,
the best scenes in all of
in
the
Marvel,
MCU.
straight up. Like that shit is
well
great. That is
written,
peak
well
shit right
shot.
Mhm.
there.
Performance
There's
is
one shot in
great
particular
shot.
where it's like it's a wide shot of them standing in the forest. You see the
Yes, that
sun.
one.
That's
Oh,
I like that. I love that shit.
Boom! That is a banger, dude.
It's
That's
such
called
a-
cinematography.
That's like, for example, like in Man of Steel. Like one of my favorite shots in all of Man of Steel is when he Clark shows up back home to his mom after finding out he's Kryptonian and everything. And there's a wide shot of the farm, and you just see the tree with this like, bro, like it is one of my favorite shots in the whole movie, and it's nothing. It's super simple, but like I love that kind of stuff.
We're here.
You're making me tired.
All right, so here's a good question for everybody because we haven't talked about specifically. What is your favorite cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine? Devin, we'll start with you. Dev, we'll start with you. Favorite cameo?
Probably Gambit.
All right.
I love everything about it. And I don't even know if you want to call it a cameo just because it's kind of a supporting role
I would
at that
technically
point.
say, yeah, because
But-
we didn't know he's in it. Yeah.
But a cameo. I
Yeah.
I remember as a kid reading some about that. I always wanted Gambit live action as a kid, and
Yeah.
all the lines he had,
Yeah.
the accent was perfect. Maybe one of the best comic accurate, suits.
His suit was good. He looked like
perfect.
it was
That
crazy.
suit was sick. Yeah.
Blake, what was your favorite cameo?
I agree, Gambit.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
like that was awesome. Like I literally like started clapping in the theater, and I don't know, I was like a little girl at a Backstreet Boys concert or something. But
That's very
I was
specific.
excited.
Dude was front row of Taylor Swift that night, man.
Yeah, he sure was.
Oh yeah, that's more for the that's more modern for sure. But
Oh
yeah, I loved it. I loved the accent, the action, seeing him throw the cards and everything.
Oh, when he expands the cards.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, that was
that's
sick.
it.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
that was
yeah.
That was so dope.
Loved it.
Yeah.
It was so good. Darren.
I mean, it's probably just a basic answer, but I think just Human Torch was like just like in
Oh,
my
yeah.
head. Imagine that exact scene playing almost that exact way. Just him coming out and the whole audience just like, "Oh, Captain America's back!" It's like, "Oops, guess not. It's not
It's
me."
Human
Like I
Torch.
that's been in my head since like Endgame, and I was like, "Yep, that's exactly how I imagined it. It was perfect. I loved it." And also, I think Chris Evans works perfectly like with like the like Deadpool humor. Like Chris Evans had
Yeah.
so much fun. That end credit scene might be one of the funniest like MCU scenes. Like
I agree.
like it's so funny.
Like he perfectly played a Human Torch that was stuck in the void for 20 years.
Yeah.
And was just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fuck it, I don't even care anymore. Like,
He
yeah,
sold
that
it
shit was
so
great.
well.
He really did.
I love the tribute in the credits for the Fox.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that was so
It was really
great.
hard.
That was a nice
That was
tribute.
awesome.
We didn't
That's
need
very
fan
nice.
four stick, but whatever.
Yeah, when I
They
saw
made
that, I
me-
kind of chuckled.
You gotta
I
show
kind of
love.
like, but I like
Yeah.
that they embraced all of it. Like they
Yeah.
embraced the good, the bad. Like they, I think they showed some Origins Wolverine too.
Yeah,
which
they
was,
Yeah,
did,
of course,
especially because
well
Deadpool's
received.
in
But I loved it. Like yes, like you're embracing everything, the good and the bad. Like I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty cool.
It made me think I liked movies I didn't like, which
Right.
they
I was
did.
like,
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
remember Fan Force. Like, oh wait, I hate that movie. I remember it. Like that was cool.
Cody, what was your favorite?
Oh, that's hard,
cameo?
man. I mean, Gambit's up there. Like that was cool
Okay.
just
Yeah.
because, like, if you know the history and like how long Channing wanted to play that character, and like he crushed it. The power set was great. Like it made me like I felt the same way with him that I felt with Andrew walking out of No Way Home. I was like, I need to see a movie with him now. Like
Yeah.
that's dope. Like
Yep.
he would crush it. But for me, I would probably have to say it's between that or honestly Cavill's cameo. Like I thought.
Mm.
I thought it was dope. Like I genuinely didn't expect it because I know that some of the fan casts were him, Taron Egerton, even Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was expecting to see one of them. Like
Yeah.
I thought one of them was going to be Pat, honestly.
Yeah, the
But,
rumor was Daniel Radcliffe
too.
was Patch. That was the
Right.
rumor.
And so I was like,
Yeah.
I could totally see that happening.
Yeah.
But then when I saw Cavill, I was like, dude, and especially because he ate it up. Like he crushed it, dude. Like I was like, all right, dude, cast him. Like he's perfect as Logan, and he would do it in a heartbeat. But for me, honestly, the one that blew me away because I just genuinely didn't see it coming was Wesley Snipes. Like when
Yeah.
that dude walked through the doorway as Blade, I audibly was like, holy shit. Like I,
music
I,
hit,
I
that
did not
music
expect
cue,
it
oh.
at
Yeah.
all. He was the last person I was expecting to walk through that door, and I saw him, and I was like, "Dude, no way, bro!" Like that was so great. Like
I got
loved it.
fucking spoiled.
Oh, you did.
Oh, that
Damn.
sucked.
Yes.
Yeah, I got spoiled honestly with John Krasinski in Multiverse of Madness, so that was one I wish I didn't get spoiled with. But Blade, I was like, dude, yes. And then when they made the joke that he's the only Blade, I was like, dude, that's
Yeah,
fucking
that is so good.
like,
That
and
was
that's why
good.
that's why I respect Kevin Feige, because he totally let them take digs at the MCU like all day. Like when he's telling Logan like, hey, welcome to the MCU, you're joining at a bit of a low point. Like they embrace that shit. Like please
They're
do
aware.
that. Like
They're aware.
you earn my respect for that, dude. Like embrace your failures, and that's exactly what they did. And like, I don't know, the Wesley Snipes one was dope. I love that. That's probably mine.
Back to
Logan?
Cavell, I loved when he just like it was so quick, but when he just said you were just leaving, he had the
just leave
cigar.
You're
It
just
just
leaving.
it worked so
It
well.
was the vision. Radiating Logan energy, dude.
It
like
was.
straight up.
It was.
So yeah, I'm so down to see him as Logan.
Logan, what was your favorite?
Speaking of Logan, hey Logan,
Yeah,
He's right
Logan.
there. Oh my god.
we found him. He's in the suit and everything.
Right here.
Oh shit!
We're ready, guys. Don't even have to make the call.
Yeah, it's really tough for me to pick a favorite because, like, just before X-Men 97 started coming out, I binged all of X-Men 90 of the original series, so I really got into X-Men this year. And through that, Gambit became one of my favorite. He's like a top 3 X-Men for me now, him, Wolverine, and Rogue. So seeing Channing Tatum's Gambit was like amazing. I had that spoiled for me, unfortunately, like the night before I went to go see it, so I was disappointed in that. But I was super excited to see him, and everything about him I just like loved. But I think my favorite one, and it feels like cheating because she was in the marketing briefly, but Laura, I'm surprised no one's mentioned her yet.
Oh, X-23, yeah.
Because like Logan is my favorite movie ever, which makes me sound kind of vain. But
no, the movie's a
Laura
masterpiece.
is like
the
seeing her again meant so much to me, and everything that they did, like the scene with her and Logan, like by the fire, that got me pretty emotional. It was just so it was so nice.
And when she puts on the glasses that she had in Logan,
Glasses.
she
Yeah,
put
that
the
was
glasses on. I was like,
that was like a cheer moment for me.
that shit was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Can I
Dave,
just? Sorry.
hold on. Well, we gotta get through all these people
Sorry,
first, man.
sorry.
Hold on, Dave. Favorite cameo?
It's really between Blade and Chris Evans' Human Torch. But I would say Blade is the one that made me literally say, "Oh shit!" Like I did not in a million years think it was going to be Blade walking through. I thought Ghost Rider was going to come around.
Oh my god,
That
Nicolas Cage.
I was waiting for it. I was like, "Yo, it was about to be Ghost Rider," but that Wesley Snipes one was tough, especially knowing that him and Ryan Reynolds apparently had like a feud. I was like, "Nah, I ain't never gonna happen."
Yeah.
Yeah.
They recently came out and said that was all just a bit that they've been.
I was
doing.
just gonna say that. Like, Wesley
Yeah,
Snipes
I seen that article, so I'm like, dang, I couldn't think this like 2 years
Like,
ago.
yeah, people thought we hated each other for 20 years, but like, yeah, no.
That kept it up. Besides, I think obviously all the ones you guys said. I think what's hilarious. I'm so happy they did comic accurate Wolverine.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
first, like his
That
fucking
shit was
just-
so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
Because
That was hilarious.
because it's proving the point. It won't work. It's
Right.
just it's too silly. It's too
Hi,
silly.
my comic accurate little guy.
A little short king.
Yeah, when he comes to Short King, that was it.
I would say out of all the ones, I think the Blade one, because I think Gambit's up there too, because I think it just works so well. I get it, the accent for some people, but like everyone got their chance to shine. I wish we got to see more of Laura fighting though.
I agree.
Because
she should have had more of a moment.
but I get it because she had Logan, like she had a lot of that in the movie.
Right.
So in this, like, okay,
And we already
let's
had a Wolverine in
let's
this.
give
We got a
Elektra,
lot.
Blade, and especially Gambit a lot because Channing Tatum's never done this, so
he's never going to get to do it again. So
yeah, and just like we were brought up, but the shot of the it's all over Twitter. The shot of the cards expanding, and then it's so good.
yeah, it
It
is.
is.
He would kill it as Gambit, dude.
And
I hope
it
Kevin
And
proves-
maybe if the
considered it. I hope
reaction's so
Feige
big
considered
that
it.
they actually do just make him Gambit. I don't
They
think
should,
would.
man.
Yeah, they should.
or not,
should.
or if you want to, just bring him back in like Secret Wars or something as a
I
variant.
think
I
they're
think
just
they
going to
will.
bring
I
everybody
think they
back. I
will.
think they're just going to bring every single person that they can and who
I
can.
agree.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking that too.
Move.
The way they end the film, I got some other friends that and she's like, "I'll see what I can do." Like, and so I think the implication is she pulled all of them out, but where did she put them?
Right,
Especially with
exactly.
Gambit, where he doesn't even know.
Like, isn't
anything.
there a line about him
from.
saying that he thought
Yeah.
he was born there or something? It was kind of a
That's
joke
his-
because the movie never got
that
made.
was like a fourth wall joke because he's never had a movie, so he doesn't know
Yeah.
where he's from.
Yeah.
Like when he
Because he
said,
was-
"I'm gonna make a name for myself," it's like, yeah, this is your time to kind of
Yeah,
shine.
right.
Actually,
But,
I think my favorite cameo is actually Phil from the movie.
That's funny. Oh, there we go. We got Phil.
Super
Yay.
funny. Yeah.
What was
But
your
yeah,
favorite
no.
cameo?
Lady
Put you on the
Deadpool.
spot. Oh, well, we knew
okay.
that.
That was
yeah.
cool.
Okay, so in all seriousness, I think the one that probably got me the most was Wesley Snipes. That one,
Hey.
much like a lot of other
Hey.
people on this panel, I did not at
Yeah.
all expect that to happen. I thought that was a just no, there's no fucking way. But
Right.
the fact Ryan Reynolds was the one to reach out to Wesley Snipes about it is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would also say just Henry Cavill, like as another variant of Wolverine, that was really cool. Like I had gotten wind of that and Lady Deadpool literally hours before I went and watched the movie. A friend of mine attended the premiere, so I had just asked him, I was like, "Hey, is this in the movie?" And he said yes. And then I asked about Lady Deadpool. I was like, "Is it like lively?" And he said yes. I said, "Okay, that's all I needed to know before walking into it." So yeah, for me, it's probably like Lady Deadpool and Blade for sure. But I did not like the Gambit thing. That all that did to me was just reaffirm that would have never worked. Him in a solo film would have just never worked. He looked like Gambit, and that was fine, but like just the whole portrayal of it was just like, this doesn't work. I'm sorry. Like I
think it was the accent. Like the accent,
accent
like
is-
it's gonna
definitely
throw
the
people
accent.
off. It's gonna
I don't
throw
think it
people
could
off.
carry a whole movie. I don't
No.
think so, but a team up, I guess, would be.
I mean, I think he could, but you're gonna have to change the accent a bit. You're gonna have to work on
Yeah.
that.
I
'Cause,
think
like,
he
I
did
think
the
that's why
accent.
Ryan. Oh, go
I
ahead.
think
My
he
bad.
did some kind of like a joke. I think it was like
Yeah.
just like a little hammed up for the joke. Like, because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Channing
Exactly.
Tatum. He might have fun.
Exactly.
So.
It was by
Right.
design for sure.
It was definitely a joke. That's why Ryan even jokes about, who was your dialect coach? Like the
Yeah.
Minions?
Like, yeah. So it was definitely played for a joke. But I think him, like with an actual portrayal that he
Yeah.
preps and gets, like he works toward building his portrayal of Gambit, I think it could work. Like I wouldn't put it past him. Like he could do the action.
Mhm.
I think Channing Tatum, honestly, I feel like he's underrated as a comedic actor. The dude is hilarious. He's genuinely so funny. And I think he could play that, but he could also hit the emotional beats very well too. Like I think he has a lot more range than people give him credit for. But he would definitely have to work on the accent because for sure, like as soon as he started talking, I was like, okay, I'm on board. This works for me. But I could see a lot of Gambit fans being like, what the hell was that? Like what? So like, yeah, like I could see that for sure. But I think that with work, he could definitely pull it off. I don't think he'll ever get the chance to, but I don't know. But it's cool having someone like Ryan Reynolds who's so passionate about that world and the character and those characters in general now a part of Marvel. Because like,
Yeah.
I just know that whenever we see Deadpool, it's going to be done well because Ryan is attached to it, and like they're going to let him do it, especially now that Deadpool and Wolverine is shattering records. They're
Yeah.
like, dude, go make like 8 rated R Deadpools, please. Go.
I think
Like-
at the very least, he just solidified himself as an executive producer on Secret Wars.
Honestly, yeah. And like,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be
Absolutely.
surprised if we see like John Krasinski, Reed Richards, and Pedro Pascal, Reed Richards like fighting together.
Oh, yeah.
Like they should just go all out. Like bring everyone. Bring Chris Evans, Human Torch, and Captain America doing shit. Like do it. Who cares? Like just make it
Okay.
an event. But
So
I don't. They're not going to do that.
Something I thought about immediately after the whole Robert Downey Jr. being cast as Doom, I was like, if there's anything that could make this even more awesome, it would be bringing back Chris Evans as Hydra Cap, as his personal enforcer.
Oh wow.
Ooh,
That
I
would
didn't
be
even think
dope.
about that.
That would be sick. Seeing a Hydra cap.
Like Secret Empire Hydra Captain America played by Chris
Yeah.
Evans. Both
And
of them playing villainous turns of
Right.
some variant of their characters. That'd be
And
fucking
he
sick.
would have a blast playing that. Like
Oh,
playing
yeah.
a villain after playing the Boy
Yeah.
Scout in the MCU, going to be a villain. Like, dude,
Yeah. Oh,
yes,
yeah.
please.
I just now saw this image. Chris Evans shared this on Twitter, or it's been shared around. By, yeah, like
Good for
you see-
him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we see the suit. More
Yep,
of the suit.
I have
a
seen
better
that.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that joke was so great. He's like, he's about to say it. He's gonna say the thing.
Flame on.
No,
Yeah,
and then you have
Flame on, that shit was so
Wolverine
funny.
going say what? Avengers, flame out, huh? And then
Yeah, and he's like, what? Yeah, that shit was great, dude. I loved it. That
Excuse me?
shit was awesome. And honestly, in my opinion, this is probably one of the best portrayals of Hugh's Wolverine that we've seen
I
out of
agree.
like almost
Yeah.
every play the character.
Absolutely.
Like
Mhm.
one of the more animalistic portrayals of
Yeah.
Logan. Like when he got on all fours and he just
all fours.
Dude,
I
that
love
is
that.
sick.
Too. I
I
love
was
that.
like, bro, that is so hard. Like, holy crap, how has this not been done yet? But like, yeah, that was sick.
He looked
I will-
amazing in the mask too. Like,
Oh, I
the
know,
mask.
dude. When he pulls that, I
It gave
knew that
me
when
CW vibes, but in a good way.
right, like it works. Like it definitely works. Like
It works.
even in the
Mhm.
trailers, when I saw that shot of them walking out, I was like, dude, he's totally gonna put his mask on in that scene. I was like that, or I was like, during this scene, he's already gonna have it on. They're just using an alternate take for the trailer. But no, like I knew for a fact that's when we were gonna see it.
My favorite part about that fight at the end of all the Deadpool core is when the camera stops moving and they all run past, and then they start body parts are flying, and then there's
Yeah.
a whole group of them being pushed back, and Wolverine's just stabbing, and Deadpool's just pushing on him.
That
It's-
fight scene was so great, man. Oh my god.
I got
Probably one of the
lost
best
I loved
during
fight
when
scenes in
Nice
Marvel movies.
Pool. I loved when Nice Pool was getting shot and he just kept smiling while he was getting
That
shot
shit was
at.
so great. That was so great.
Why don't
Like, he
you
just
wear a
doesn't
mask?
care.
Come on.
Yeah, go on, go
That
on.
was
The
brilliant.
proposal.
I love that fourth wall break.
Yeah.
My favorite extra fourth wall break. I mean, I could probably find a clip on TikTok to play it, but
I think
It's-
mine. I
it's when
wouldn't
he
say a
goes
fourth
to the
wall break.
camera and he like
Headbutts it.
Oh,
Yeah,
headbutts
like-
is just
Yes.
fucking
he
Fox.
pull-
I'm going to
he
Disney.
pulls-
Fine.
he pulls down the mic. I'm going to Disneyland. Fuck it, or some whatever.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
he
like-
said, "Get fucked."
Yeah,
Get
get
fucked.
fucked. Boom, and then he comes back. Yeah, that shit was great, dude. That is a legendary
Disneyland.
wall break right there,
That was
man.
great,
And that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, I love that shit.
I
Like,
love it
having a
whenever
character
Deadpool will just
Deadpool
like
in
give
here.
a look to the camera.
Oh yeah, like do his Jim from The Office, just kind of like,
Mhm.
yeah, dude. I
Whip your
love
sock
that.
out, nerds.
Mhm.
It's about to get.
Yeah, like with
Oh,
the
yeah, I
blade
love
line,
that.
where it's like,
I
there's
love
only ever
that.
been one blade, there only ever will be one blade. He just looks at the camera.
Yeah, dude. I love that shit. Like,
And you
that's
could take
why
it in two different ways. It's like
Exactly.
he's right,
Yeah.
or there will be one, but we don't
Yeah.
know. We will.
right.
That
honestly.
joke
I know who
would
knows
age
what's
so
happening with
well,
Marvel's
it'd be-
Blade. Like,
I mean-
honestly, who knows what's happening with the MCU Blade?
when
at this
when I
point,
was
man.
in Hall H last weekend, or rather this past weekend, I should say, Kevin Feige deliberately said we have 3 movies coming out next year, so he did not at all mention
Mm.
Blade. So
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That one, I think you're going to probably be seeing like 26 at the
Mm.
earliest. Like, at the
Maybe.
absolute earliest.
maybe.
I don't think it gets made.
I'm
I'm
honestly on that.
I'm with
I'm
you.
in that boat
I'm
too.
with
I'm
you.
like,
You know, I would have agreed with that before Deadpool and Wolverine came out, because like you can tell that Marvel's been
Mm.
hesitant about releasing a rated R movie, obviously, because they've
Mhm.
always been family friendly.
Definitely.
But now that you're seeing like they're crushing it, dude. Like they're
Yeah.
crushing it. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin's like, all right, Blade, because he did say when they announced it, I remember that his exact words were, "It's going to be PG-13 and you're going to like it, or you're going
That
to
was
love
for-
it, or
that
something
was
like
for
that."
Doctor Strange.
Oh, that was for Strange. Okay,
That was
I
for
thought he was
Doctor
saying that
Strange.
about Blade. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
so for Blade, like now he's definitely. I definitely think the conversation is changing. Like
Yeah.
now, I think they're like, we can make a rated R movie that's going to make money, and it's Blade. It's like the first Blade since Blade Trinity. Like
I hope they do
So-
make it. I really do.
it could make money. It really can, but they
100%.
have to approach it correctly. You know, like make it rated R. Like it has to be rated R. You can't have a PG-13 Blade, especially not after Deadpool and Wolverine. Like they can do it.
No.
Right.
That's gonna be
I guess it's just all for how long Mahershala Ali is gonna, stand
Hold out.
by.
Gotta wait.
yeah, if he's
Yeah.
willing to just wait, like
I mean,
he's got other stuff he's got to do.
literally joined the new Jurassic World movie because he's like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do another movie.
Right. Yep.
Fuck it.
Yeah, no,
It's
it's
also-
crazy too. Like, I don't understand why it's so hard to get this off the ground.
I guess it
Yeah.
kind of depends on what film they're going to have go after Fantastic Four. It's either going to be
Yeah.
one other different movie, or it's going to be Avengers Doomsday. It's going to be one of the two.
Yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be Doomsday. I feel
It
like
might be.
I think it's gonna be Doomsday. I
Well-
think you're gonna
It's not out of the realm of possibility that they shoot shit side by side. I mean, they did Captain America and Deadpool, so
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that
they
is
could
true.
do like a Doctor Strange 3. They could do
Yeah.
fucking Avengers Doomsday, and they could also
I wouldn't mind a
simultaneously do something
Shang-Chi.
else. Yeah,
There
everyone
was
wants a
Spider-Man.
Shang-Chi sequel.
There's also
Uh,
that
Ask Sony.
Yeah.
There's also a huge gap in between those two movies, so I'm wondering what's in the middle of the two Avengers movies. I've even said you could even probably throw a Blade in there because it's so like standalone, where he could just be doing his own thing over here while the Avengers are just like doing
absolutely.
whatever the heck they want.
Just have a
know,
fun
so-
one-off Blade movie.
Yeah.
They had Ant-Man and the Wasp come in between Infinity War and Endgame, and that movie
That was
literally
such a
lines
bad
up
choice.
at the end.
Yeah, the
Well,
only thing good
regardless,
about it was
qual-
the ending.
Inspired
Like, cool.
source.
Quality of the film aside, like the timeline of the film lines up with how Infinity War ends, because the movie ends with 3 of the 4 main casts just fucking dusted. So I feel like if you were gonna do Blade in between the Avengers movies, you could have the ramifications of Doomsday affect the ending of Blade in a post-credit sequence or something like that.
You could, yeah,
Mhm.
they could. I mean, they could definitely write that. I mean, I
Easily.
would put that past them for sure.
Easily.
Yeah, that's why it's getting delayed.
Like-
trying to figure that
But like,
out.
it'll be so cool because like, if you think of all the possibilities, like even with Ant-Man, like in Secret Wars, you can see like a young, Michael Douglas Ant-Man, Hank Pym Ant-Man fighting
Yeah.
next to Scott Lang Ant-Man. Like the possibilities are like truly endless. So
Yeah.
like, even now these superhero movies are the equivalent of just when we were kids with action figures. Just
Right.
you could go overboard with that with Secret Wars, and I really
it's
hope
going to
that
be
they do that.
nostalgia slop, but I will still
Yeah.
consume it.
Right. I mean,
I will
but hey,
consume it.
again, like Stuckman says, I'm a fan. Service me.
Exactly.
Like I don't
exactly.
mind fan service if it's done right. So like No Way Home,
Exactly.
they serviced me as a fan. So it's like I'm a fan.
See,
of
I
your
love
movie,
I
too.
love No Way Home, and I hate
Mhm.
I hate the hate that it gets. It's like
Yeah.
it served its purpose. It's one of those moments in the theater that you will never get back. And then
Yep,
after,
I agree, dude. That was like a
And
once in a lifetime theater experience. Like that in like
Yeah.
Endgame. Like you'll never. I mean,
the
rarely
theater
you'll
was
get to
popping.
that.
It was a WWE event. The pops were insane.
Yeah,
Every
dude.
little thing.
Like I would just do like cab lifting, Mjolnir, and Endgame, like all that. So like, I mean, bruh, like that shit was so man. I watched a 1 a.m. screening of that movie because that's all we could get, and like even our theater was full and everyone was screaming. Like it was so hyped. Like I love that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
That's why I
Yeah.
miss like that era of DC too. Like when BVS and Suicide Squad were being marketed to come out, like the hype back then was just
I
different. Man.
know it was.
Very
It was
was,
so
dude.
different, dude.
I might have.
Like,
was
I remember
15,
going to
but
the
still.
trailer premiere. I remember going to the trailer premiere in IMAX, and our theater was packed. Like it was,
Yeah.
it was packed. Every seat was filled. Like I miss those days, man. Like it was those experiences were fun.
They were events.
They were, and I want to get back to that. That's why I'm happy that like
Yeah.
Deadpool kind of started that trajectory again. Hopefully the
Mm.
movies can kind
Yeah.
of bring it back to that. 'Cause that was-
Oppenheimer and Barbie was like for cinema, like everybody get back finally into cinema.
Yeah.
and then now it's
Right,
time to
yep.
Get back into that. Like these are
The comic
events,
book
these are
movies.
the big, yeah,
the big tentpole movie.
because it's been slop. It's just been poorly written, and it's
Mhm.
not on them. It's because of the execs who are just like, we need this now. We need it now. Keep going.
Sure.
Keep going. Keep
They
going.
were focusing on quantity over quality, and like
Case
that's
in
why
point,
now
yeah,
they're like they're
Shazam,
trying to
Fury of the
reverse
Gods.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that too. Yeah, I mean that movie, dude. I knew that movie wasn't gonna make any money. I'm surprised Shazam even got a sequel. Honestly,
Man, that
Me
movie,
too.
Yeah.
when the best thing about it isn't even your lead character, you have a problem.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. In
Man.
fact, I would say like a lot of people had the most problems with Levi. It's just
Yeah.
the direction. Like it's even in the first one, like you had Billy who was like a completely different character than Shazam, and they're not supposed to feel that way. They're supposed to feel one and the same.
Right.
But like, I remember there was a shot even in the trailer of Shazam 2, and it's in the movie. Like they're when Billy transforms into Shazam, and like Billy looks like he's about on the verge of tears, and then it cuts to Zachary Levi as he transforms, and Levi's like smiling. It's like two completely different emotions, and it just breaks the immersion. It's like this isn't the
Zachary
same
Levi
person.
playing Zachary Levi.
Sure.
Right? It's like
And-
it's not. It breaks the immersion.
And what's like disappointing is I feel like narratively that could work if you're telling a story about like him masking his fear and him masking his emotions
Yeah.
with this other like persona, like he's literally turning into someone else. But like that's me adding things to the character where they should be telling that story. They should
Exactly.
be, like
They should be
show me that
conveying.
because that's a really
Right.
cool idea.
Yeah.
I agree, and I agree for sure. And that was kind of like my defense for the first movie is that
Yeah.
like you're seeing like with Bill, like when Billy is Shazam, you're seeing the real Billy come out, like the Billy
Sure.
who's just a normal kid who's just like excited to have these
Exactly,
powers
yeah.
and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
it's just the way it's handled. Like, yeah.
And that first movie was fun. It was like
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, I
it
enjoyed
was
it.
cool.
you just
I
you
enjoyed
have
it
a good
lot.
time. You're like, I'm kind of excited for the future. It seemed
They were definitely
finding it.
like
They were on the
Angel-
right track.
Asher Angel and Zachary Levi were a lot more in sync on that first movie than they were in the second
Yeah.
movie. That's
Yeah,
for damn
I
sure.
agree.
The chemistry was
Because
so
when
good.
Asher started to grow up in the sequel, I'm like, he turns into Zachary Levi in like 2-3 years. Like what?
Right,
No, he,
right.
no.
That's
Yeah.
the problem when it comes to having like comic characters that are kids, because it's like in
Yeah.
real life, in comics you can keep the kids the same age forever, but in real life
Right.
they grow up. So it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
eventually you just have
that's
a
why they
man
were
turning into a
trying to
man.
rush the sequel, but the problem was it took too long to come out. So
It just
that
came
was
out of the
like,
wrong. Well, no, okay.
It's
Here's
COVID,
my
right?
thing: is that them announcing the DCU, I think, was a little bit premature. Like they announced it in January. What, January of this year or last year?
23.
Last year.
23. And you still had 4 movies coming out in the DCEU. And in my opinion, them announcing the DCU was one of the main factors to the last 4 DCEU movies tanking. Like I was like, I think the Flash is gonna make a lot of money just because like it's the Flash. But no, even that movie tanked hard.
Yeah.
Like
Biggest
really
Warner Brothers
bad.
bomb.
I thought it
So
would at
it's
least
like-
break even.
And I'm sorry, but anybody who's saying, I mean, one of the biggest factors of that was the announcement of the DCU that early on,
Mhm.
especially when you don't have the first movie coming out in that until July of 25. So it's like, it was definitely premature. You could just tell Warner Brothers was panicking, but announcing that before your last 4 movies, because now the people know these movies don't matter. They know who cares.
Yeah, and that was a factor. I will also argue if you look at before the DCU announcement, the DCEU was tanking for years before.
It was.
that. So,
It never reached the heights
so-
that it did when
so,
Snyder
yeah.
was there.
So ultimately, it's just they were like, we have to show we have something new coming. So we
Right.
have
It's
to
like
get- yeah.
It's like when they had Zach, they had, you know, good money, good income, like good profit, but not great reviews. And they got rid of Zach and they kind of
They
did the whole
paid
change.
attention to the wrong people when it came to
Exactly. So then they got better ratings, but at the cost of money. And Hollywood's a business. You have to make money. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I know it sucks to say, but it's a business. You got to make money. And the only movie to make any sort of money after Zach left was the first Aquaman.
Yep.
And after that, none of the other movies made money. I mean, you could look at the fallout between Aquaman 1 and 2, and that shit should be studied in film class. Like, it's so bad. Like, you had $1 billion movie, the only DCEU $1 billion movie, and then the sequel just like a fart in the wind. Nobody cared. So it's like,
Which
I
is
mean,
ironic because it made more money than any other DCU entry from that point too.
right. So it's like, it's crazy. It's just, it all comes down to the mismanagement of Warner Brothers. They were so reactionary.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Like Deadpool came out, so they're like, we need to make Suicide Squad a comedy, and like BVS came out, and they're like, we need to make it more like Marvel. So they literally brought in the director of the Avengers
right.
Marvel movie,
What
and
happened
that was even worse. So it's like, yeah, it's just it was Warner Brothers was way too reactionary. Like they were listening to the wrong crowd.
And there towards the end, like I think that they really did make a mistake with bringing Dwayne Johnson in, and
Yeah,
that
'cause
whole
Dwayne
that
didn't
whole
care about-
situation.
I don't know about that. I just think Walter Hamada was just not the right guy to be in charge because his decision making and a lot of stuff was just piss poor. You know, we're gonna have Michael Keaton be the new, mainstay Batman
That's
of the
true.
multiverse.
Yep.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have Supergirl front and center. We're gonna do a Batgirl movie. We're gonna do this, that, and the other. And it's just like, well, anyone who pays attention and reads between the lines knows damn good and well he was just listening to what Jeff Johns was telling him. There was no real direction going on there. That man he had no business running DC because he didn't know a damn thing about what was popular and what worked and what
Right.
didn't work.
Writing
If-
comics doesn't mean you can manage films.
Not only that, like
Literally.
if your first like big decision is to sideline your biggest superhero because quote it didn't work at the box office, get the fuck out. You've got no business being in charge of that shit.
right.
at
Like
all.
phase 1 didn't like change the world. Like phase 1 of Marvel, even phase 2 of Marvel wasn't like you know huge. Like they had to get there.
Yeah.
And Warner Brothers wanted to skip all that and just get the Marvel success right away.
Yeah.
And it backfired really, really bad.
They would have had their $1 billion movie had they not tampered with Justice League. They had all the footage right there. They didn't need to do reshoots at all.
I
They
agree.
They shot themselves in the foot hard with
They just
that
need to
shit.
cut it down from the Snyder Cut.
Big time.
Yeah, that and then taking that 30 minutes off of BVS, like being so reactionary in that regard too. That started it for real.
That
And
is,
then, yeah.
I'm not going to say a little more understandable. They wanted more people in theaters, and that's like, okay, I can kind of understand that. but
Yeah,
at
they
the same
wanted more
time-
show times.
At
Yeah.
the same time, it's like, you had a 2.5 hour Superman movie. Give us a 3 hour World's Finest movie with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in it. Don't fucking mince numbers like that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and
You
it's
know.
like, I mean, and yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know, yeah, it's just a lot of people were expecting it to make $1 billion. I don't think it had to do that. I mean, it still
didn't
made them
need to.
money,
Yeah.
It did
but
not need
I
to.
mean, Warner Brothers messing with it definitely like it just messed everything up, dude.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's when people were really starting to realize, like, damn, like they're really tampering with these things. And then like when all the Ayer stuff came to light and all of that, it's like, why are you hiring these creatives if
You're just gonna fuck them.
right? If you're just gonna be like, no, we're gonna do this, you know, it's like, what was
That's
the point?
been
Like,
Warner Brothers' track for a while.
Right.
They just don't know
They
what they're doing. And then
trust
they
your
brought in that
creators.
one dude who just
From-
scrapped Batgirl, pretty much
Mhm.
scrapped everything, is just trying to save money at that point.
So the last time they had a director go carte blanche on their movie before James Gunn was Christopher Nolan, and to a subsequent extent Zack Snyder with Man of Steel. After that, they literally had to fuck with almost every other movie from Batman versus Superman onwards until the Suicide Squad. And even after the Suicide Squad, they still they shackled Andy Muschietti to 3 different regime changes. Props to him for making that movie make the fucking mark during 3 different
Yeah.
heads. Of people
honestly,
telling what
yeah,
to
that's
do.
such a good point. Like, I'm
Yeah.
so curious to see like if the actual behind the scenes stuff comes to light, because like, dude, that must have been a nightmare of a production. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
they
Being
had like
told to
4 different endings. Like,
Yeah.
dude,
Imagine being told you have to change your ending 3 different fucking times by 3 different people.
right?
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I would've been
CM Punk
miffed.
and Jack Perry levels of backstage craziness. If
Dude.
you guys get that reference.
I mean,
Oh, you're getting deep. You're getting deep.
Like,
That's a deep cut right there. Damn.
then you've got, David Ayer and Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah just getting the absolute shit end of the stick. One guy still hasn't got his movie, fully shown, even though there's like semblance of it. The other 2, they don't at all get the opportunity to have their movie shown. Warner
Yeah.
Brothers is pretty good at just fucking talent left and right.
I would really hope that James Gunn at some point will do something with that Batgirl situation, but I feel like it's too little too late at this point.
It's too little. I would love to see that movie too. I feel like
Yeah.
it probably
Yeah.
made with love.
There is more of a
But-
chance of the Ayer cut getting released under him than there
Oh
is
my
of
God.
Batgirl.
You want to know?
I
Okay,
agree,
here's my honest opinion on why I think Batgirl got canned, because it set up a universe that just they knew wasn't going to happen, and 2
Yeah.
didn't make a lot of sense, because
Right.
I remember seeing the behind the scenes pictures, and you see a Keaton Bruce Wayne
Yep.
standing next to a younger J.K. Simmons Gordon who has the
Yep.
red hair and everything, but the Burton films had their own Gordon. So I'm like,
Yeah, it's confusing.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
So I feel like that rumor of Keaton being the new DCU Batman was actually going to be true,
Yeah.
and they were going to replace Cavill's Superman with Supergirl. But then James Gunn came in, and they were like, well, we're rebooting the whole thing anyway, so let's just literally trap Barry in a dead universe, bring in Clooney's Batman, whose universe literally died and killed Batman until Batman Begins.
Right.
All right, let's just leave him with a dead universe, and that's kind of how they just leave that behind. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely think like the reboot obviously had everything to do with it, but you had like different factions within Warner Brothers that had different ideas. Like you had The Rock, who was going over executives to 2 executives who were on board with Snyder's vision, who were like, yes, bring Cavill back. And so they brought him back and were like, announce your return, make it public, this and that. But then you had the not rogue division of Warner Brothers, who was like, why would you do that? We're rebooting this. That's why we brought James Gunn on to write a Superman movie. And so then a month later, Cavill has to announce, JK, I'm not Superman anymore. Sorry. And so you could just tell like Warner Brothers just had no vision. They had no roadmap. It was just kind of like, let's just see what sticks. And that just hurt them in the long.
I know who to blame for all the Warner Brothers trouble. It's Johnny.
Yep, so is me. Yep.
I like these segues. These are this is
the
great.
fellows
Yeah, that's what I do.
No.
Speaking of
Yo.
cameos,
No,
Dave.
Where the fuck is my child support check, bitch?
So fucking
Well,
time.
The funny thing is, Cody, there's times where Johnny's backstage. I'm like, well, speaking of a piece of shit, even though no one said that, and I bring
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So there's,
Damn.
Yeah, I
that's
guess
fine.
I'm a bad dad. It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Even
Yeah.
worse
I
husband.
will let
Yep.
myself go. It's been the
Hi,
good
man.
2
Thanks for being
hours.
here.
All right,
Yeah,
Appreciate
it's
it.
been fun.
Have a good one, man.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
catch y'all
Take
later.
care.
It's
See
been
ya.
fun.
See ya. Bye.
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 Who the fuck was that?
was that guy?
Who the fuck was that?
Who was that guy?
I don't know.
Oh no!
Who the fuck was that?
Oh, that red hair, boy. Ooh, oh, that red hair. Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah,
he was backstage and he left. I hope he comes back. Akasan was backstage, and he's gone. Damn it!
I
Hope
raised
he
you
comes
better
back.
than that.
You know, here's
Child.
one thing we haven't talked about yet. How do you guys feel
you
about
leaving
the whole
YouTube?
Daredevil?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, all right, let's talk about it. Honestly, yeah, I need it. I've been thinking about coming back. Honestly, like I've been floating around ideas of like podcasts and stuff like that. You know, I just have a kid now. You know, being a parent takes a lot of your time.
What? You're a dad?
full-time job.
No.
I'm a
Can
dad.
I be your
No way.
son? Can I be your son? What's up, man?
Of course.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's see how it is.
Look,
Yeah,
you're-
we got.
You're not.
you just
You're
wanna
not taking me.
emancipate
You're
yourself?
you're only taking me to McDonald's once a week. I need to go more than once a week.
No, we didn't have that. We got Kraft mac and cheese. Let's go.
That's boring.
Breakfast,
I know,
lunch,
I'll
dinner.
stay. I'll stay with Johnny. I'll stay with Johnny.
But yeah,
Oh
no,
well.
I've
now
really
I
been
don't want you,
thinking
you
about,
ungrateful bitch.
Yeah, no, I've been thinking about coming back for like a podcast, especially like with everything that's going down and just like you know in the film industry, like Comic-Con and everything.
Hell yeah.
I've been floating around ideas. It hasn't gone anywhere yet, but I'm thinking
Well,
about it for sure.
as
I
you
love
know,
it. I
I
love
mean,
doing
in
it.
case you're not aware, Cody, you're always welcome on here. If you have time, man, we'll figure it out.
Dude, please,
Definitely,
always.
definitely, man.
I'm always down.
Finally
Yeah,
got this going, man.
yeah, this is great, man. I love it. But I was gonna say that we haven't talked about how do you guys feel about Daredevil, like Born Again and like everything? You know,
I
had
really
half
hope-
of the
I
other one
really-
shot and scrapped it.
I'm excited for
I'm
it.
glad they did that though. They had to. Like,
Yeah.
It's got to be canon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
definitely the right decision for sure because I feel like they were gonna like NCUify Daredevil,
Yes, they were.
like, and now
Yeah.
they're like, no, we need like more Netflix type Daredevil. So hopefully that's kind of like what their plan is, especially like after Hawkeye. Like in my opinion, I just feel like they kind of did Kingpin a little dirty. Like I don't know, but yeah. So I have high hopes for Born Again, especially you get John Bernthal back. I loved that the whole Netflix era because it's like, yes, like this is what makes, again, I was talking about this earlier, makes your universe feel more real because you have the film side of it, which is more like the movie side, I mean, which is more like family friendly, accessible, PG-13. And then you have the darker side, the more violent side, the rated R side. Like it makes your universe feel more lived in. Like there's different aspects to it. It's not all just the same. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I love that. It's like cool. Like this is a unique angle to
would've
add to the
loved this.
MCU.
I
So,
would have
yeah.
loved Thomas Jane as
I was
Punisher.
too, man. That shit pissed me
I've been
off.
thinking about this.
Oh, him being in Deadpool Wolverine?
Yeah.
I've been
Dude,
thinking
that would've
about
been
this.
sick.
He might not be in Deadpool and Wolverine, but imagine if he, and I'm probably getting my hopes up a little too much, maybe setting my expectations a little too high. What if he's in Secret Wars, not just as like Punisher, but like Ghost Rider Punisher, like Cosmic Ghost Rider?
Mm.
Man,
That's probably setting my expectations a little too high, but I thought about it. I was
mean,
like, you know,
I would
Thomas Jane
prefer,
would be the perfect Cosmic Ghost Rider.
I would prefer that because John Bernthal is going to be our Punisher in the MCU moving forward, so we might as well have Thomas Jane be that version
for
in
sure.
Secret Wars, so he can at least do that.
Like
Yeah.
if I were the people putting Secret Wars together, I would say, okay, what two versions of each character do we have? Can we put two versions of the same character in a scene and make it work? Like, can we have John Bernthal and this Cosmic Punisher together and have them, and have it work? Like, I kind of hope that's the approach they're taking because like Secret Wars in the comics is that kind of event. So it's like,
What they need
do
to do,
anything and everything you can.
what they need to do is have a scene with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
yes.
That would be insane.
That would be crazy.
Like
Yeah, dude.
if we saw a shot of that in the trailer, like that, people instantly buy tickets. Instantly.
Oh yeah.
I think just Tobey Maguire alone, if they know that his
Well, yeah.
Spider-Man's gonna be in it again, and
I
Andrew
feel
after No Way Home,
they're
dude.
I feel like they're gonna reveal probably a fair amount of the cameos because they're gonna want to sell tickets, and they know if we even show like 6, 7, 8 cameos, there's about 20, 30, 40 more that you
Yeah.
don't know about.
right.
So
I'm
I
so
just-
curious. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You're good.
I was just curious, like Doomsday. We already know it's gonna have a huge budget. What's the budget on Secret Wars? Because that's going to have to be
probably
just as
insane.
more.
big.
It's gonna be
Probably
more.
just as big.
500 million.
It's gonna be gross.
I think
It's
that-
actually a
think they're-
good question.
I
Holy
think
shit.
they're shooting it all together like Infinity War Endgame.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Probably.
one long continuous shoot.
Just 100.
Because
Well, there was
especially
a
if you
break.
have, especially have RDJ in there as Doom, if
Yeah.
he makes it to Secret War, like I heard his chunk in Doomsday is like 80 million or something. Like,
No,
Yeah.
significantly more than 80 million was.
right.
It's
So,
only
like,
5 million budget.
I really don't know how like what they're gonna do. I mean,
Big,
let's
big
be real
Marvel
here.
cash.
It's gonna clear $1 billion easy.
mean,
So even if the
Disney is
budget's
backing it,
500
you know.
million, they're at least gonna break even on that.
I wouldn't be
but-
surprised if the overall budget, because they're going to shoot both back to back, like all at the same time, it's probably going to be 500-600 million. budget
Probably,
for both.
yeah. Unless they're able to kind of work out some kind of clever deal where it's like they make more money on the back end through residuals, so maybe up front it's not as much of a paycheck. But
Yeah,
I
feel
don't
like
know.
I feel like it's going to be points for some of the major players, because the rumor for the longest time is that some of the bigger, like Hugh Jackman, Tobey Maguire, like those characters, they're going to have more of a role in Secret Wars than like a cameo. So
But
it may be
yes,
points.
they are.
Yeah.
I feel like people like Hugh and Toby would come back without the stipulation of a huge paycheck. Like they love playing their characters, so I feel like even just like a reasonable amount would bring them back. Like I personally think so. Like I don't think Hugh would demand $80 million to be in to be Wolverine. I just don't think
he just got a
he
huge
loves
payout
being
for
Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean,
big Marvel
yeah.
cash.
Right. And I feel like he would have come back even if the payday weren't as big, just because his friendship with Ryan and just like he just loves being Wolverine. So it's like I mean I don't think you need to throw all the money at the wall. Right. Like I don't think you need to like throw a bunch of money at the wall. Like I think a lot of these people will come back just because like, hey, I get to play this character again and it's this huge crossover event that's gonna make fucking bank. So probably gonna get a bunch of residuals anyway.
And that's the thing. Residuals plus on top of that, it's gonna get a lot of people's careers back up. Like, I forgot about that person. Like, oh,
exactly,
yeah.
Yes. And like if they're like if people leave Secret Wars saying that about characters the same way they were speaking about Andrew after No Way Home, like I mean they're fine. I'm surprised Sony hasn't done anything with Andrew since then, because like dude, he was my takeaway from No Way Home.
I think it's all because of the rights with Marvel and Sony with Spider-Man.
Probably. They're like, why would we bring our own Spider-Man back when we already have a shared one with Marvel Studios?
And I'm pretty sure with that sign thing, that's why you've not seen a Spider-Man in the Venom films or anything like that. That's why it's only been animated. Because they probably have some exclusive right where you cannot have a Spider-Man running around in the Sony universe, because we have Tom Holland. We're making billions each film. So you're not going to have another Spider-Man, which I feel like it's dumb. Because if you do Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 4, or Spider-Man subtitle,
dude.
Oh my God.
I would be there day zero.
It's gonna clear $1 billion easily.
Like I'd be there, like they'd be like, "Why are you lining up here?" I'd be like, "I'm watching Spider-Man 4." Like it comes out in 7 months. Yeah.
Did you all see that video? I think it's fake. The video of a guy screaming on the sidewalk where he's like, because he didn't get the Joker 2 trailer.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I would not be surprised if that was real. Straight up, honestly, like. I didn't get to see Lady Gaga in the Joker 2 trailer. I want my money back. I wouldn't put it past it to be real.
Well, I'll tell you, I didn't see a Joker 2 trailer in front of Deadpool Wolverine, and I didn't. I guess I should have screamed at the people.
Did I? I don't remember if I did.
I did.
I saw it.
They played Brave
I think
New
I
World.
did.
Yeah, Brave New World.
Surprisingly, Brave New World wasn't the last trailer. It was Alien Romulus. I was surprised.
That was ours too.
Yeah,
I think ours was Alien
I was
as well.
surprised. I think it was
Yeah.
R-rated. I get it, but you would think Brave New World, because it's MCU. Usually,
Right.
like if there's a trailer out, it's.
I think
the
that
last
was the
thing.
second to last trailer.
They played like Alien Romulus. They played that James McAvoy horror movie, which I don't know how I feel about.
Dude, you know what
Yeah.
trailer we saw? I don't know if you guys saw this trailer. Was the Bob Dylan movie with Tim Lee?
Yeah,
Shepard.
they played the Bob
they
Dylan.
played
Yeah,
that one.
Dude,
played that
that
for me, too.
trailer that was wonderful. And Mangold
It
is
was a good
directing
trailer.
it. James Mangold's directing it, who directed Walk the Line, which is one of my favorite movies ever. So it's like
Yeah, the
bro,
Duke
he
of
makes
Chocolate.
banger
And Logan.
biopics.
I'm
So
trying to remember
like,
what other trailers they played. I can't remember.
Um,
Beetlejuice. They
we
did
got
that.
Beetlejuice. I think
Yeah.
we got Beetlejuice. What else did we get?
On my
Did we get
first
any horror?
viewing
Captain
on
America?
Thursday night, we had no trailers, and I was very shocked.
What?
You had
I
no
wish.
trailers.
No
I-
trailers?
There was no. I was really shocked because I went to the bathroom because I was like, "All right, the trailers will start in a couple minutes." I'm coming back in, and they're doing their like no spoilers ad, and then the movie starts. Like I almost missed the
Wow.
start of the movie. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm glad I didn't wait any longer. I would have missed the opening bit of a couple minutes.
The only time that happened to me was when I think me and my buddy went and saw Spider-Man 1 in theaters when they did the re-release for the Tobey Maguire films. We went and saw Spider-Man 1 in theaters, and I think that was the only. No, I don't think they showed trailers, but I think for Phantom Menace they did, because we went and saw Phantom Menace, and we were the only ones.
I think
in the
Phantom Menace they
theater.
did,
Yeah.
We were the only ones in our theater. It was amazing. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Seeing
And then we got the sneak peek at the Acolyte after, which was like the fight scene with Carrie Ann Moss, so that was cool. But yeah, dude, if they made Tobey Spider-Man 4, that would easily clear $1 billion. Like, I mean,
easily.
100%.
Without even blinking.
I even think Andrew.
I was gonna say, if they made an Andrew movie,
Yeah,
it
even
would
Andrew
too.
be $1 billion.
It would hit $1 billion.
Basically, any Spider-Man movie that involves Spider-Man and not his villains would make $1 billion.
Honestly, almost solely because of how they were handled in No Way Home. Like, it was that good. It was.
You can make an Andrew, a Toby, the next Tom, the next Spider-Verse, like
Miles, even just like
what blew my mind about No Way Home was that they were able to bring Willem Dafoe into the MCU, be one of the most important villains to Tom Holland's Spider-Man's life ever. Like, he literally killed Aunt May.
Really,
he's not even an MCU villain, and he was one of the best MCU villains. Like, that is like, think about how hard that is to pull off. Like, bringing back a character that's 20 years old and making him that much of a standout to where he like stole the show as the villain. Like,
he
just worked as an MCU villain, right? But like, that's so impressive if you really think about it.
That whole
how
scene
crazy
where
good that is.
He like stops, stands up, walks in the room, and then hits the web. That's some neat trick. Like, shit.
It's that's one of the better scenes in the MCU. Like, that's one of the best Spider Sense scenes we've ever had.
The fact he was able to alternate between, like, Norman and then Goblin was just fantastic display of acting right there. Just a flip of the switch. He was able to just emulate, like stepping back in an old pair of shoes. It was so fucking good.
Like, and literally, like, he never stopped.
Yeah,
he didn't lose a beat.
Exactly, and like the fact that he was the one who ended up being the death of Aunt May and effectively giving Peter his, with great power comes great responsibility moment with Aunt May was just like the absolute like cherry on top for that version of Spider-Man going through that journey, because you have Spider-Man's arch nemesis literally causing him the biggest pain and suffering of his career up to that point.
Right,
it was so well done.
And making it Aunt May, honestly, it worked so well for me.
Oh,
100%.
Like,
I was like, dude, this is so good. Like, because this interpretation has always been different from the others, and they stuck with that. And honestly, like, I did not mind at all that they gave it to Aunt May because of how it was set up. I was like, dude,
it's so funny because like a friend of mine was like, who do you think's gonna die? I think it's gonna be MJ or Ned, and I was like, nope. It's going to be Aunt May. And he goes, why? I was like, because that's the most impactful one that could happen.
Absolutely.
And then it happened in the movie, and I was like, oh, fuck, I was right.
Like, when I saw MJ falling in the trailer, I was like, dude, Andrew's going to catch her. Like,
for sure.
They're going to redeem him, and he's going to get her. And sure enough, that's what they did.
Oh, for sure.
It was dope. That was dope.
It would have been funnier if they like. It'd been funny like Ned saves her. This Ned does.
Oh, Ned just the ring.
No. Ned reveals himself as Hobgoblin, just fucking saves him.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, if they did make Ned Hobgoblin, I would respect the hell out of that. Like that, because I could never see that dude being Hobgoblin. But if they actually did it, like, I'd be like,
pretty funny.
Let's do it. All right, I'm down. Let's do it.
Multiverse, it'll be someone else.
But I do hope that they bring Miles into the live action, just because, obviously the Spider-Verse movies are so good, but seeing a dynamic like a Miles Peter dynamic in live action, especially now because Tom Holland's been in the role since 2016 when he came out in Civil War.
Yeah.
So it's like almost 10 years he's been Spider-Man, which is crazy to think about. So it's like it would work so well. Like, I could see his Peter being like, okay, yeah, like, he's a grizzled Peter. I could totally see him, like, after everything he's been through, like, it makes sense. Like, I buy this. I buy him being a mentor to Miles.
I said, since we found out that he basically signed on for a new trilogy of movies, Tom, I was like, you should just have, like, either Miles get introduced at the end of the first movie or, like, have him be in the second movie and then...
Screw it. I would introduce him... I would introduce him in the first movie, like make it a Miles and Peter movie. Like, why not? Like, one thing I don't want them to do is undo the ending of No Way Home in like the first 10 minutes of this new movie. Like, please, let him earn getting back MJ and Ned. Like, you can make it happen, but make it feel earned. Because I want to cry, bro. I want to be like, dude, yes, like, he deserves this. Like, if you just undo it in the first 10 minutes, it's like, well, then what the hell? Like, why? Like, like, make him earn that, like. But I think bringing Miles into it would be great. Like that would be it'd be different. It would be great. Like bring a new director in for the trilogy, give it a new voice, a new vision.
Feige said
you got something special with that.
Kevin Feige said John Watts is pretty busy with Skeleton Crew. So
Yeah, it sounds like they're moving
right,
on.
right. There, I don't think he was planning on bringing back John Watts anyway.
Yeah,
but
despite
like, dude,
Deadline saying that, you're right. Yeah, it's pretty.
honestly, you know who I think would be great as a
Who?
director?
Who?
The guy who just directed Deadpool Wolverine. Was it Sean Levy?
Sean Levy.
Sean Levy.
I think
Yeah.
he'd crush it.
I
as a Spider-Man
think
director.
He's also
I
up
think-
at Star Wars.
yeah, he's about to make another Star Wars. He's about to make a Star Wars movie.
Damn it, Star Wars.
I think he'd make a pretty kick-ass X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
There were rumors that they might give him X-Men.
I
Would
could see
shock
him
me.
directing a Cavill Wolverine movie or
I
something.
mean,
I don't
That
know.
would shock me.
If he directs X-Men, that makes sense. But I think I know who could direct that movie. It's Gore.
Oh no.
Ah, yes.
Hi, Gore.
Wait, who?
Give him Spooder Pooter.
Yeah, give him Spooder Pooter.
No, wait, who are you saying?
Yeah, Gore. Gore could direct it.
Oh,
He could direct that movie.
oh,
yeah.
go, hey,
Yeah,
oh,
Gore.
Gore, the
Hey,
movie guy's here.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
I'm a big fan of his channel. Actually, I've seen their stuff.
You shouldn't be though.
Oh,
No one.
Why?
should.
What's wrong with you?
He likes
All right,
watching.
take it back.
He likes
I
watching
was just
cringe
kidding.
content.
I was just kidding.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, hi. Am I supposed to say something or
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up, Big
Give us
Chief?
your
How
hot
you
takes.
doing?
Gore. Give us your hot takes. Go.
What were you talking about? I wasn't listening for like
you
10
never do. You never do.
Everything. We were talking about Deadpool, Wolverine, Marvel, DC.
yeah,
I'll make it pop off.
movie's
Get Taika
garbage.
Waititi to direct next Spider-Man movie.
Oh
Oh,
god.
dude.
Yeah, if you wanted to be cringe.
How to lose money 101.
I heard that Time Bandits thing he's working on or doing right now is cringe.
Bring back the screaming goats. Let's do that.
Hell yeah.
Just Korg as like your main like MCU hero.
Yeah, I
that
want to
has
see a
been in
Korg and Spider-Man team up.
Hey, man.
That'll be the Marvel character and he's partnered with.
Yeah.
How about-
It's Korg.
How about just
He mean-
Hitler?
Ooh, from Jojo Rabbit. Yeah. What about
No,
Hitler?
I just
Oh
meant
no,
regular
just
Hitler.
actual. Oh, okay.
I forgot he made that. I was just
Yeah.
suggesting Hitler. But
Yeah, New Zealand Hitler. I think
Yeah,
that.
just
I
like we
think
were talking
that'd
about
work.
Pedro, we were talking about Pedro Pascal. Like, yeah, DC would have snagged him up if he didn't enjoy Marvel. Like, oh yeah, he was in Wonder Woman 84. Fuck, Pedro was in that movie. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully, Matt
Oh,
Shackman's
oh
doing
god, I
Fantastic
don't want to
Four.
talk about Wonder Woman 84. Please no.
I gotta head out, guys.
See you, Blake. See you,
I
man.
appreciate
it.
Appreciate it.
I'll take it
Bye,
easy.
Blake. Bye. Rambo.
Who the
What the fuck?
What, dude? No, Wonder Woman 84 was dog water. I hated that movie so much.
So it was good for dogs.
she had the invisible.
Dog's horrible for us.
Yeah, good for dog.
She had the invisible
Jesus.
Jessa.
And Chris Pine was in it.
Yeah,
No,
well,
don't talk about it.
technically, I guess.
He was.
I don't know why they needed to bring him back.
That
I kinda feel
honestly,
like we wasted a lot
Because
of
Chris
time.
Pine, dude.
that baffled me, dude. I'm like, bro, this Diana's having sex with a total stranger right now. What are we doing? Like, who signed off on this? Who was like, yes?
Didn't that just
this is
happen in
good.
another movie or something recently?
Oh
where, like,
my god.
oh, it was The Boys. Never mind.
Paddington Bear.
Oh yes, the boys.
Oh,
Yeah,
Pat- Pat-
it
Pat-
did.
You're right.
Literally just happened in the boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, fuck.
And then Annie got mad
was
at him
Paddington.
for it for a scene.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what the
are you
fuck?
doing?
Are you kidding me?
What are we doing right now?
He just. All right, I won't spoil.
And
it.
then two
Never mind.
scenes later, they were like, "All right, never mind." I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
you found
Yeah.
reason again because what
Yeah.
are we doing?" But
I
yeah,
mean,
no, dude.
She was
Yeah.
going through like a lot of trauma, so like I think that's a fair reaction.
You know who
in
else
that
was?
moment.
Huey.
Yeah,
Like,
Huey literally got
And
way
like-
more than
sexually
Starlight
assaulted.
was.
I really wish
For a
they
whole
would have addressed
episode.
his trauma too, because they
Yeah.
Pet that cat boy.
completely regarded
They made
it
it
all
seem.
season.
They made it seem like hers was like worse than his, and I'm like, but is it? Like, is it?
Sure.
Definitely.
Like, sure, yours sucked, but this dude literally got assaulted for a whole episode, like in a
Sure,
dungeon.
And someone brought it
against
up.
his
How the
will.
fuck did she know where to go after escaping? Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Oh, you mean
Who gives a
Annie?
shit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
like
knew
how
exactly
showed
where to
up.
go.
Unless it was like an iPhone, she saw his location kind of thing. I don't know.
I guess so.
But I don't know. Either way, it was kind of cool. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, she beats the shit out of this other Annie. That's cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just trying to think about who could direct a Spider-Man movie. I really don't know. Off the top of my
Uwe
head.
Boll.
Other than Sam
Goddard.
Raimi.
Levy. All right, let's
If he
see.
wasn't working on DC stuff, I'd say Drew Goddard.
There's I think he's never directed Spider-Man. Sam Raimi would be a great choice.
Oh,
Yeah.
He can't. Sam Raimi can't direct a Spider-Man movie.
I guess
the
Yeah.
guy who made Dead Evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead
Evil.
Evil movie.
That guy. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Dude, that's
Deal
actually
L Army
the main
Blah
character's name is
Blah.
Ashley. How can you trust someone like
Steven
that, right?
Spielberg.
Yeah.
Get him.
A
I mean,
deal
I
L
watched
Army and blah blah.
I watched his Western film, Quick and the Dead.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
Quick and the Dead. My
I
mom
like
loves that movie.
I like that.
Yo,
And the
Leonardo
cast is
DiCaprio.
stacked in that. It's insane. All
Yeah.
the people that's in the movie.
Leo's in it.
Yeah, Leo. Yeah.
It would never happen, but you know who I think would make a pretty cool Spider-Man movie, especially like visually and just action-wise, would be Chad Stahelski.
Sure.
Because
yeah,
of John Wick. I mean, I don't think he would ever do a Spider-Man movie, but like I think a Chad Stahelski Spider-Man movie would be pretty
You know,
sick.
something
Maybe
like Iron Fist or Power Pack or Heroes for Hire would probably be up more Chad Stahelski's route, if you ask me personally.
honestly, yeah, I could see him doing an Iron Fist. Absolutely,
definitely something
I could
like
see
that,
him
yeah.
doing that.
Fist Iron. Yeah, I agree. With
I don't know
Fist Iron.
why. The only name that came to my head, it might just because I'm a fan of him, is James Wan. Even though I don't even know if I'd want to see that.
Yo,
But,
no,
like,
he would.
Aquaman,
No,
I think he would just do
that's
some
so
sick
good.
like web slinging. Like
Because-
his style would be fun.
Dude, can we get James Wan to do fucking Blade, please? I think that would be
That-
amazing.
James Wan doing
honestly.
Blade would be
Ooh,
fucking
jump scares.
awesome. That shit would be awesome.
both. He
Jump
could do
scares the
both.
Blade movie.
They put Patrick
Yo,
Wilson in
Blade
Blade.
versus the Warrens. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to see Patrick Wilson in Blade.
He could
Yeah,
capture, like,
get rid of
the
those frauds.
cheesiness of Spider-Man because of Aquaman, but then like because of his horror stuff, dude, he could crush Blade. Are you
Yeah, I
kidding
didn't
me?
even think about that.
He could do either one. That's so good.
Or
dude.
they bring
Oh
back
my
fucking what's his name, Scott Derrickson, even though he probably would never want to do an MCU movie again.
Ooh.
He'd be
I
great
mean,
for
but he
Blade.
gets to make an
Blade.
R-rated movie this time.
Yeah, he'd be
I could
great for
see him doing
Blade.
Blade. That should be sick. And
They already had him
He'd
for
probably
Doctor
be like,
Strange.
why the fuck can you give me an R-rated Doctor Strange movie, Kevin?
right.
Yeah, which I would have loved, but whatever.
Yeah,
I'd,
no,
I'd
but
still
now,
take him
yeah.
doing Blade,
Speaking of which,
especially at the Black Phone.
I got a
Yeah.
T-shirt with Jack Kirby's original Doctor Strange art on it at Comic-Con. Can't wait to
We're
wear
cool,
that to
man.
Doctor Strange 3rd. Yeah, I know I am. Thank
Well, I mean, this guy was at Comic-Con too. I guess we're bringing him in. Ronan.
you. Hey,
Hey, man.
I was at Comic Cunt. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I really flubbed the word. Yeah, that's the other one.
I feel
Well,
like
I
you
mean,
Were you serving
Hello,
cunt at
Hello,
Comic-Con?
cunt.
I don't know about that.
The problem is Ronan almost got arrested.
Oi,
so-
Homelander, fuck
this
me
Roman,
wife.
this
It took
Roman,
me
guy-
son.
Roman
Roman
almost
guy
got
looks really
arrested.
familiar. I feel like I might have like sat in line with him for something.
Yeah, made out.
Literally
You
made
fucking
out.
wish, Gore.
Yeah, he chained his ass up quick.
I saw the Phil cameo in the vlog.
Yeah.
A little flick.
I
Yee.
did a little vlog.
All right,
So
y'all. I
Phil-
gotta go. I gotta go get my kid to bed.
See
About that
Cody.
time.
See you, man.
But
Thanks
thank
for
you
being
guys.
here.
man. Have a good
Yeah.
day.
Bye.
It was a great
Bye.
See,
chat,
man.
guys. Have a good night,
Yeah,
guys.
thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Peace
Thanks,
out.
Much
See ya.
love.
guys. Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Who
Okay.
in the fuck?
For the first time on council, we've been trying this for months. Akasan is here. Welcome, sir.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
man.
That was unexpected.
What's
the
up?
fuck?
Yahoo! Hello, everybody. Does
Hey,
that work?
man.
Oh, that's
There you
actually
go.
cool. Yeah.
Hey,
There we go. How's it going, everybody?
we're here.
Welcome. I would have been on
Hello.
earlier, but a van caught on fire down the street, so
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, he
Yeah,
he
had-
sent a
had
photo.
to.
I'm like, what?
I had to change into my superhero outfit and go take care of that real quick, you know. So
Yeah, I
of
got
course.
it.
Hell yeah.
yeah,
What's
you
up,
know.
man? Hanging
What's
out?
up? What's up? What's going on?
We're Deadpool, Wolverine, Comic-Con, a lot of Marvel stuff, man.
There you go. Did you
Yeah.
guys? I'm sure all of you loved the movie, of course, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
3 out of 10. It's not
Yeah, that's
perfect.
alright.
It's not as strong as Logan, but damn, did I have a fucking sweet ass time.
Yeah.
Let's go
Coach
Marvels.
It was a memorial. It was a goodbye. It was a memorial to a memorial service to the Fox universe as to
Yeah.
Wolverine. Logan was Wolverine, so I think they did a really good job, and yeah, it was really good, man. Yeah. But please don't let me interrupt what the council
man.
creators have been doing. You know.
No worries. What was your favorite cameo from the movie?
Probably the Wesley Snipes one.
Of course,
Like-
Blade. Yeah.
Just because that one, I was like, is this really happening right now? Like the Henry Cavill one was important. The Henry Cavill one, it took me a minute also for that one to register, and I'm like, no way. But the Wesley Snipes one, just because of the background history of it all, was even more impressive, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was yeah. I mean, and then in between meta jokes about, you know, with Deadpool saying, "Oh, fancy." Wasn't expecting to see you here, and I'm like, that's right, because they kind of had beef back in the day. So yeah,
I
So that
thought
was
you were
really cool.
retired.
Retired.
yeah.
started.
I'm in the void. I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, don't get canceled again. No, I'm not saying that.
That was great.
Dude, I
that
can't believe he
was
said
great.
the ice skate uphill line. That
Yeah.
Ice skate uphill. Yeah.
Mhm.
Still,
Yeah.
Some motherfucker's still trying to ice skate uphill.
uphill.
That was pretty funny. And he's like, I'm Blade. And there's only one Blade. And then Deadpool looks at the camera like,
Yeah, which, to be fair, he might be right. We'll see.
Exactly. That's what, so Deadpool's
Probably
look
like-
could mean a lot of different things at this point right now.
Yeah.
Like that's what
do I
makes it
want
even
to chime in
funnier.
right now, or do I
Yeah.
not want to chime in right now? Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I think
Exactly.
that was the whole point. He's like, because he talks so much movie. He's like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let that go. Let it go.
Dude,
We can have that.
baby line.
I will say the Gambit. I think Channing Tatum playing Gambit was a great reason as to why we don't need that Gambit movie.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes, I agree.
I thought he was
completely.
hilarious.
I think they did that on
So
they
good.
did it on purpose, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
glad
they
that
definitely
he got a chance to give it a shot. And but it was also kind of like, okay, well, now I kind of see why this never really went forward too much, you know?
Yep.
So
I haven't seen
they made it
in a while.
purposely
When did that
ridiculous.
begin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was born out of my daddy's dick.
Shut up, my daddy's dick.
Not right out of my daddy's dick.
He was probably my favorite
I never
cameo.
knew my
thought he was
daddy, but I'm damn
hilarious.
sure I came out of his dick ready.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. But the Henry Cavill thing, and then later realizing that he did his little 1-2 punch to extend the claws
Yeah,
was
the-
even funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could say though, Jennifer Garner can still get it as Lecter. That was fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like in a good way. That was badass. Love watching her
Mhm.
work.
You
And,
ever watch
and,
Alias?
and I love the Daredevil joke. It's like,
Yeah.
Daredevil,
that
that's
was
fine.
good.
That's fine.
That was great because on all sorts of levels, he was like, sorry about that. She's like, it's okay. You know, are they talking about Ben Affleck? Or are they talking about Matt Murdock? Like, you know, like
Yeah, or the movies didn't do well. Like, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
yeah, it's okay. Don't worry.
Moving on,
Yeah. It's okay like that. So I thought that was great. No, I think they did a really good job. I'm still a little mixed on the fact that they technically that was supposed to be Blade. Oh no, sorry, that was supposed to be Bullseye in the movie. The black guy that was playing, like, he was part of the group, and then later people said that he's actually accredited as Bullseye.
You see him in the background, like mean mugging somebody.
Yeah. Who everybody thought was the TV show Blade.
But I was thinking
no.
the same. That was Sticky Fingers too.
yeah. I thought it was Sticky. No, but actually that was supposed to be Bullseye. And I was like, what? Really? I don't know about that. Yeah. Yeah. So it was really cool, man. Like, no, I really enjoyed the movie. And it was one of those things where only Deadpool could have made that happen. Now the real argument's going to be like whether or not Hugh Jackman was Jackman's best Wolverine. You know,
I think it's close.
That's
If we're gonna be, I think it's close. I think it is.
I think as Wolverine, yes. As Logan, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, can you
'cause the
count
Logan
Logan
film-
as Wolverine? Kind of, but
There's
not
moments
fully.
where you feel the connection, like him, like in the car yelling at him. I'm like, he's had enough. He's like, motherfucker, you're on my nerve.
Hey,
Oh,
rule of Hollywood 101: never put Hugh Jackman in a car and try to outact him, because he will run circles around you. Him and Rogue, him and it was from the movie Prisoners. Amazing scene.
Oh my God.
Anytime I think it might be because of the fact that he's a stage actor from the beginning. So he's kind of used to confined spaces and just kind of standing and out acting people. So that might be the main reason. So who knows?
His
I don't know.
movements in that first fight, I was just like,
all fours,
fuck?
all like
Yeah.
running. Like,
That's why
what
for like the action, it's probably the best Wolverine. But like Logan is kind of hard. Like for like overall package.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the more interesting one for you guys. What do you feel now that you finally seen it in live action? The whole whited out cow situation. Like, I'm more convinced. I'm okay. I'm like, I'm like, it was nice for the movie, but I wouldn't want that to be the standard. Actually,
I love
I
it.
thought
I
I thought it looked a little goofy. Yeah.
I don't fucking care. It was the only time in a while that I've yelled in the theater, and I'm like, because I didn't see the shot, and it's going, and it just goes this. I was like,
yep,
yes,
that was a cool
yes,
shot. That was great.
yes.
Yeah.
And I was like,
At first, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And then it hit. I was like, oh. I was like, he's flexing right now.
Put
What's
his
going on?
Ray-Bans on.
Yeah. I was like, what? And then it hit. I was like,
Deadpool movie
oh.
sponsor Ray-Bans.
Deadpool joke like, how much they cost for those blow job?
Right.
Handles,
No, I thought it was really cool. I like the idea that it was like, I mean, in fan canon, fan theory would be like it hones in his senses and like makes him more focused. I believe like kind of like a horse. Like a horse has blinders the same way. So it kind of holds on his senses, and so the only time he really needs to do that is mainly for killing like that. So I kind of like that idea. I'm glad it wasn't nanotech shit. I'm
sick of that.
Though it is a little weird that we never saw
it. Yeah,
the entire movie. I was like, okay, like all right, yeah.
I think it's just meant to be tucked into his neck.
I thought it was a big ass bump.
Not a question.
I have this weird tumor in the back of your neck.
but the question is, would you want to see that all the time now?
No,
that's the thing.
It's okay once in a while.
Not all the time. Maybe
No,
situationally.
Just when he has to kill.
Yeah. If they end up in Secret Wars and they have to battle, I'm like, yo,
okay,
it's game time.
Maybe
Put that
if they
on,
get
like,
I'm sorry. Maybe if they get like the effects on it a little better, then
that was my problem.
Because the effects were like they were a little cheap. It looked like it was a little weird to see it, but I think if they perfect it, then you can get something better with it.
I agree. I mean, it wasn't as bad as fucking what was that Thor movie? Love and Thunder.
The
crazy ass helmet.
Obviously put in post. About that shit.
Or the floating kid head or something in there too.
Oh god, yeah. It wasn't bad, but during the fight scene, I thought it was dope. But when they were just walking around in the underground, I was like, yeah, this looks kind of corny. Like you could just take it off like that.
And then they had to go full on out where his shirt ripped off. So it's just
that was so funny though.
Oh yeah, bro.
That was so funny.
I know. I totally thought that would have been the perfect scene for him, for them to do the classic half face Wolverine, half mask, half face, kind of torn off type of thing. Like run ragged type of thing. And like there's a lot of classic Wolverine comics where he's just, it looks like the clothes are dripping off of him. He's super hairy like that. Like I love those shots, but it's okay. I think they made it work as well as possible.
I know, like the costume had meaning. It wasn't just like, ooh, we finally get to put it on. It's like, okay, it's this burden, and it's the best thing and the worst thing that reminds him of what he did to his team and how much they begged him to, like, dude, just put it on while we're out there for the world. And he was like, finally embracing him, like, okay, I am the Wolverine. This is for them. When I was like,
and that's why when Wade said you are the best Wolverine, like that's yeah.
He's like, give me this, and he just like hits him in the chest. I was like, oh, that is fucking Wolverine out the wazoo.
I don't know what movie IGN watched, but they clearly watched a different cut of this movie.
Was they bombed it or what?
Everything they've said about this, they couldn't be more off base about it. Like, holy shit, whoever's writing the reviews for Deadpool and Wolverine on IGN clearly has a fucking hate boner for it.
There was
that or they've never seen a Marvel movie. That's the thing.
There's an article.
I think they gave the Marvels a higher score too. I'm pretty sure.
There was an article that IGN wrote called "Deadpool and Wolverine Sacrifice His Heart for Cheap Thrills and Cameos, Showing the MCU Has Learned All the Wrong Lessons from the Multiverse." Like, okay.
This is the best version of the cameos. This is better than Multiverse and Madness.
But
no point. It's like fuck all the way off with that assessment.
Well, I don't know. To be fair, I understand the point they're making, but at the same time, I don't think they understood the point of the Deadpool movie. That's the thing. So, if you're going to have Deadpool, it's very similar to what with Deadpool was starting anyways in the second movie, jumping around with Cable's time machine. It's just that they went really hard on the multiverse situation, and it was just like I think they missed the point of that, and especially if you've never watched Loki, and if you're not familiar with the TVA to begin with, it's going to be hard for you to understand just how the whole point of utilizing the TVA was so we could see alternative versions and cameos and things like that. So that's not the kind of movie Marvel is trying to make each time, but particularly for Deadpool, this is the way they pull the Hail Mary like that, you know? Because you could just say the same.
Oh,
oh,
that's the audio. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
It's Feige. It's IGN trying to.
Feige's like,
no.
Feige.
What I was going to say, you could say the same thing about No Way Home. Is that it was the only thing that people will always remember about No Way Home is just that the 3 Spider-Men were together, and that's it. You know, so yeah.
I remember as soon as after like the I saw the movie. I don't watch other videos still, but I'm a fan. Sometimes I feel like they're just harping. But like when regular media goes with this movie and like dug it, I
was surprised by that.
I was like, whoa!
They really liked it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and at least like they got some of the lines. They're like, we like those bits with the lines. Like to me, what was it? It was when he's like, suck it, Sony. I'm going to Disneyland. And he just hands the gas. It's just like,
that made me. I was like crying laughing.
That was the best fourth wall break I think in the entire story.
He grabs the mic too. That's the best part.
That and then also the proposal.
When he saw Cavill and he was just like, "Oh my God, this just feels so right. We'll treat you better than those dickheads down the street."
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
And it's funny to see the discourse though, because Twitter, as usual, comic book Twitter, and the Snyder cult is like imploding on this one because they feel like they're like, no, you don't understand. Deadpool was talking about James Gunn. Like, wait,
what?
Yeah, they're really trying to make it work their way. They're like, no, Deadpool was talking about how James Gunn fired Henry. I'm like, bro, oh my God, they really are trying to hold on to this. It's like, crazy. So
they're collectively clowning on Warner Brothers' whole.
Yeah. Everything Warner Brothers, like no prisoners. So yeah, very interesting. Yeah.
Well, we do have to say goodbye to Darren and Dave. Thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks
for being here, guys.
Talk
to you later.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. See ya. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Wait, click that way.
Who the fuck?
People?
Bit time.
Who are those people?
Who the fuck was that?
Did Darren sneeze while I was like?
No, he didn't sneeze. He should have.
Okay.
No. Akasan, what do you think about RDJ's Doom or a variant?
Yeah, I made a video about it, and everybody was like, "You're late, Akasan." I'm like, I don't care. Anyways, so I uploaded the video, and at the end of the day, it's a brilliant move by Disney and Marvel and Feige and such. It's not necessarily something I would have done as a comic book fan, but for me personally, I have to always, and this is what I tell the Red Dreaded Nation and just comic book fans in general, is like we're not the audience that we're not the main audience that Disney is making movies for. We are part of that collective audience, but we're gonna go see these movies regardless of who's in it or who's being cast and what have you not. Robert Downey Jr. is bringing an audience back in. The fact that announcement is the biggest thing in Comic-Con that people are talking about shows just how important it was to bring him back in some form or fashion. People know Robert Downey Jr. is coming back, but they don't even know who the hell Dr. Doom is.
Yeah.
Like, that's the main thing a lot of people need to remember. Yes, Dr. Doom is important for us as comic fans, and I've been asking for him ever since Endgame, but at the end of the day, people are going to be tuning into this movie for Robert Downey Jr. And not Dr. Doom. So it's the same situation as much as it sucks. I don't think Kang and Jonathan Majors was really that dude that was going to bring $1 billion movie in. But RDJ can do that. So him coming back as Dr. Doom, him coming back as the Tinker, whatever, he could have, just him being back basically is going to bring money to this Avengers movie. So that's the main thing right there. I think it's a brilliant move. It would have been nice to, and we don't really know. We don't know the full situation. We don't know if they're going to pull like a Mandarin situation and we're going to see the real Doctor Doom later, you know, Doctor Doom is very, very famous for Doom bots. So in some form or fashion, what if the actual real Doctor Doom is controlling Tony Stark like one of the comics and things like that? So we don't know. We really don't know fully.
I didn't think about that. That would be interesting.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah,
Javier Bardem as Doctor Doom.
Oh my! Don't do that because
that would
everybody wanted him as Galactus.
Doctor Doom.
I don't really. I hear you, but I don't really see it that way. If I'm being brutally honest, honestly, like I'm gonna write about this when I get the chance. But when I think of Tony Stark being Doctor Doom in the MCU, he's not going to be in the main timeline. It's not going to be 616. It's going to be more than likely whatever universe the Fantastic Four hails from. Number two, they deliberately said, Joe and Anthony Russo explicitly said, and I was in Hall H for this, Victor Von Doom.
Yeah,
he's going to be Victor Von Doom. Whether or not that winds up being some variant of Tony Stark in some form or another, I can't really say for sure. But the fact of the matter is they said Victor Von Doom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I gotta admit though that when they were saying we gotta get the greatest actor in the world, I was thinking I'd heard the rumor of
part 2
Downey.
later.
You hear my vlog a little bit. I'm like, I said Daniel Day-Lewis, did we get him? And it was a mini moment.
Oh my
like,
God.
I was like, eat it, Scorsese, eat it. Like your boy's coming to us, and he's game for
Al
this.
Pacino.
And I was
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Now that would actually be great.
$100 million check.
Okay, Phil.
Now,
What
the
was
real
your
question-
Phil? What was your part 2?
So essentially what I'm getting at is I think the brilliance of casting Robert Downey Jr. as this for the MCU version of Victor Von Doom is it's pretty much guaranteed now that Secret Wars is going to be some kind of soft reset of the MCU timeline. Who better to soft reset it, tear it apart, and put it back together than the guy who started it to begin with?
Mm-hmm.
It's cinematic synergy.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Oh my God, Terrence is actually Victor Von Doom.
That'd be sick, actually.
Oh my
Are
God.
you guys surprised that it really blew up that much? Like I
He looks at the Doom mask next time.
He takes off the mask. It's time, baby. Next time is now. Let's go.
I'm shocked, but not really with like how much that appearance overshadowed. To me, what was the highlight was the Fantastic Four. Like the minute that and I had a feeling they shot something. I'm like, there's no way you're in London for a week and you're flying in and out. You didn't shoot something.
Yeah.
And with what they showed us, Phil, you were there. It was like, I'm like, okay,
Look,
everything is hitting right.
It's no coincidence that they start shooting that movie and they announce his casting as Doctor Doom.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There's no coincidence there.
That's gonna be the line. What is it? Some secret? Some kind of secret?
Some kind of doomsday?
No. Interesting enough, I have no interest for Fantastic Four. So So the fact that now Robert Downey Jr. is getting $40 million to be in the end credits of Fantastic Four, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that's actually gonna bring people to see the movie just for those end credits. Honestly speaking, because I think I'm not really the minority, but I'm not the majority. But I have no interest in this Fantastic Four movie. The moment they announced who was going to be in it, these are all great actors, but I personally, I'm a little tired of Pedro Pascal in everything. And that I don't hate him as an actor. I think he's great at what he does, but I also feel like he's the Wolverine of everybody's cinematic universe. He's like everywhere, or he's the Harley Quinn of he's
Harley
literally
Quinn
in
sure.
everything now. And I'm just kind of like, all right, I'm over it like that. So
I'm game. I disagree, man. Like I feel like with what he cracked with, and again, I had not seen by the time I met him was like he had done Game of Thrones and Narcos. It was Mando that got me going with him, and I think I had seen Kingsman.
And Kingsman
The
2.
Great Wall so bad.
Don't forget the Equalizer too.
He was
and it was like I don't know. I really am hopeful. I'm like, if you got all these rights and you bought Fox,
They're both
and you don't do the FF, I'm like, there's no. I don't see the gist. I'm like, what's next after all this? I'm like, FF and X-Men. That is the future of.
I'm surprised we haven't got an X-Men yet, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's the one that surprises me.
Yeah,
I like that they're taking their time with the X-Men. To be honest,
Yeah.
like they're slowly bringing it in, and they're talking about mutants, and I feel like they're really going to give us 94 X-Men in some form or fashion because we've seen it in the Marvels already.
Beast. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like 90, like it seems like they keep on teasing, wanting to bring in 94 X-Men in some form or fashion. So
Yeah. I guess we'll bring these guys in because they've been backstage. Draven, I know,
Yo.
and then Omni Media is here. Welcome, guys.
Yo.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
what the fuck?
negative.
Hey, yo, my kids are watching. What the fuck?
How many kids do you have again? I forget.
I'm
20?
sterile.
Cheaper by the dozen.
That's his kid's name.
Sterile.
Sterile and disappointment. My two kids.
Sterile and Daryl.
Wow.
Sterile and Daryl.
Wow.
Omni, were you at
Emma
GalaxyCon during
What is it?
San Diego?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I was like, where is he? I'm like, he's probably in GalaxyCon. That's what's happening at the same time.
Hell yeah.
How'd that go for you?
It was fun. Met the Cobra Kai gang.
Hey.
Charlie Cox, Bernthal, Deborah Ann.
Wait, John Berthel, he's in Cobra Kai. Wow.
No.
No.
I was like, wait a second.
All those motherfuckers be dead.
Yeah, right.
Let me tell you something real quick. Cobra Man, I don't know the character's
One
name.
batch,
Penny
two
and
batch.
dime.
Yeah, you fucked.
Roll the back of his head. Let me tell you something.
Shows up at the high school.
That is the guy that I really like seeing, and like when he showed up in the Bear, I'm like,
Oh
fuck.
my god, I shit my
Mikey?
pants.
Yeah.
I love John Bernthal.
Yep, he's great. He's
Shane is
a
one
really
of the
good
best
actor,
characters
too.
of all time.
Don't say
The
too
Walking
much.
Dead.
I've only seen the first season.
Oh, that's right. You're covering it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. No, well, what I'm saying, he's
Yeah, I
he's in
know
the
that
first
by now.
season. Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
well,
dude, I didn't know he
the
was
fact
in
that the
that
guy that
until I
plays
got to that
Micro is also
episode.
in it too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
He's
holy
the
shit.
Cousin.
Yeah, he's the thing. Yeah. Which,
Yeah.
yeah, his like every time they've interviewed him around at Comic-Con, he just seemed like so uninterested. He's like, yeah, I'm
It's
here.
a lot. I can't imagine. Like,
Yeah, but
Let's
like,
just be
he
a
just-
rock guy anyways. What the fuck?
He's like, I'm just rock, whatever. We have to say goodbye to Logan. Thanks for being here, man. First time on the show. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Oh,
See
yeah,
you, man. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Who the fuck was that?
Who the fuck was that?
I thought it was Logan, the other Logan that would I forgot his full name, but it would
Swish?
do.
Swish?
Yeah, Logan Sweat, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul?
No.
Yeah. No, not that one. No, that's
Right.
Oh god.
Hey, don't fuck
douchebag.
around. That's your next Quasar.
Oh, no. Oh,
That's
no.
your next Quasar. That's your next Century right there, dude.
Oh,
He's in
no,
the
don't say
MCU
that.
eventually.
Oh yeah. Well,
No.
the way that guy even talked about on stage for Thunderbolts, he's like, "Yeah, I'm Bob." Okay, we know your Sentry. Yeah, my name's Bob. I'm Bob.
Bob.
Yeah, he's
Bob.
definitely
Like he's
Bob.
Peter.
Top Gun.
Yeah, like he talked to Rob, who plays Peter. He's like, "Yeah, because you're Rob, I'm Bob. Yeah, like, okay." I guess
even the
they
footage.
just can't reveal it. We all know he's Sentry, but he just can't talk about it. Like,
Even with the footage, no costume. I'm like, and people are shooting him. I'm like, yep, you're the Sentry.
It's like whatever.
He's a good actor. If you haven't seen Bad Times at the El Royale, go watch that.
Oh, yeah, he's really good. He was in Strangers 2. The
I
second
believe
Strangers
so,
movie.
yeah.
Strangers too.
Oh
Yeah,
my
the second
God.
movie. He was good in that, too.
Yeah.
But was the movie good?
No.
No.
But he was
Yeah, he's saying he's good in the movie, just not the movie itself.
Oh, yeah. Just him.
That's what he's saying.
I'm just saying that indicates he doesn't make good decisions.
No. Well, he was in Top Gun Maverick. That was a good decision.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that's
played
fair.
Bob in that. I'm assuming that's
Well,
why he called
except
himself Bob.
the guy who's the villain in Acolyte, he was the Top Gun actor, but you wouldn't know because you don't actually see him in the movie.
Manny Jacinto.
Yeah, they cut like
Manny
most of his
Pachinko.
lines.
They cut all of his lines. He has no lines. He's just in the background. He's just like there.
Poor Smilo Ren.
Yeah, smiling around.
Well, shout outs to speaking of Acolytes, shout outs to Disney for scooping up Daphne real quick to like,
yeah.
Because that was perfect timing, honestly. The fact that she was showing up and like I saw her fighting with a lightsaber because I didn't watch the Acolyte, it just didn't interest me. But I saw behind the scenes stuff of her training, and I'm like, wait. She's in the Acolyte, and people are like, yeah, but she's wearing some goofy ass makeup, so you can't really tell it's her. And then, but interesting enough, so now she's in my head. She's on my mind because of the fact that Wolverine and Deadpool's coming out, and then boom, that trailer ignited a whole nother thing, you know. And then it was like, wait a second, if they're giving this away, what are they, you know, what are they hiding? And Deadpool Wolverine did a great job of satisfying with the extra surprises, because that was crazy. Yeah,
I wish they kept it a secret.
I do too.
I understand that.
She's low key like my unsung hero of that movie.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I really am.
I just don't know why the hell she ended up in the void.
That's a good question.
They
What do
never
you mean?
explained that why she was there. The Logan version of her.
Yeah, right. Because Logan, it's not like. Well, I guess the anchor. Whatever. It's confusing.
No. Well, okay. So if there was one critique to give about the Deadpool and Wolverine, is that the plot was a little thin, and like it was there, but it didn't really make things. It wasn't really clear, and I had more questions about how everything was set up and how it ended than before the movie started. So my understanding was the fact that Logan Wolverine dies, and that essentially started destroying the universe of the entire Fox Marvel universe, and bits and pieces of it just kept on getting sucked into the void. Hence the reason why X-23 was there, because the entire universe was about to end up there anyways, and get blipped out, I guess.
That's got older.
But in that vein, though, they set up the logic, and I'm just following it. She should have been spaghetti, not taken to the void. That would have been indicated the TVA came for her.
I mean, wasn't there a line about her?
But the spaghetti is only. Spaghetti is going with the Logan and not the Loki theory, and that's not proving.
Well, I mean, that's in the movie,
huh?
The spaghetti in the movie.
Yeah, Cassandra. Yeah. At the end.
Yeah, but no, that's Cassandra doing Cassandra stuff, though. The spaghetti
with the timeline Ripper thing.
What you're saying is, why is she still around?
Right. I mean, even regardless of what happened in Logan's timeline, they said the loss of that anchor will take thousands of years for it to decay anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So
Paradox was just trying to kill it quick.
Yeah, that was his plan.
The timeline was going to die.
It's too slow for me.
Yeah.
You know what? Her hashtag is just going to be too cute to die. That's all.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, because I was
too
just
cute to prune.
The fact that she grew up, she had a life. She tells him.
Yeah, maybe she deviated because, as far as we've seen, the only way to get to the void is through Kang's temp pad or being pruned.
Okay, hold on. Maybe what I think I got it. Because I think the reasoning I had while in the movie was the fact that I think Deadpool was asking for favors, and so he essentially asked the TVA lead to pull her and her friends out of that universe, I guess.
At the end of the movie.
That's at the end, though. She was already there for the recruitment to barge into Cassandra's
I feel like it's
fortress.
one of those things that they may have had.
You just have to hand wave it.
Yeah, you just got to hit someone with a hammer.
They may have had a line
question.
at one point to say why, but they probably just cut it.
Does it really matter?
No.
Yes. To me, I don't care because that
does matter. Yes.
That scene
really
at the fire at night literally made me tear up. That's the best scene in the movie for me. So I was I thought that too. I was it doesn't really make sense that she's here, but I was I really don't fucking care though.
But
because I love Logan so much.
They wanted her, that version of Laura, just to be in that scene.
I get it.
They didn't care how. Yeah,
but there was no internal.
There's no explanation.
No, there's no reason for it, but it fucks hard.
I'm not.
We're really trying to get logic out of a film based on a fucking comic book about a character who breaks the fourth wall.
That's true.
And Wade kept saying, "We're the home stretch, folks. Just keep up with us." And it just
but the characters that were in there aren't based on a comic.
Well, the thing I was trying to figure out from what I was trying to figure out even from the beginning was why is Deadpool interviewing for the Avengers in his universe? It was my understanding basically is that now essentially the Avengers did always exist in the Fox universe.
No,
they just were never.
He does jump. I don't know how he jumps to a different universe because all he had is a time travel belt.
He had
the
he had Cable's time watch on when he was fucking interviewing Happy Hogan number
Oh,
one.
yeah, no,
number
we
two.
know that.
That was in 616. That wasn't
Yeah.
in the
But how did
universe
he get to that world? Because it's a time travel thing. It doesn't.
It's not necessarily
Right.
a time travel
Jumping.
device. It's a universe hopping device because at the end of Deadpool 2, he hops to a couple different universes.
Does he?
Yeah,
Yes.
because he
Yes,
kills
he does.
He kills Ryan Reynolds reading the Green
Oh,
Lantern.
right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I always thought that more of a joke and not actually happen.
But
But
I
I guess
mean,
they
that-
kind of confirmed
yeah.
that does happen.
They even showed in the beginning of the movie again, which I was like,
Yeah.
oh, we're really picking up where Deadpool 2 left off.
Right, but it still doesn't make much sense because he's interviewing with the idea that the way I kind of took it was like he's in that interview, he's talking about his life, his family, like how he's trying to prove something to his girlfriend, and it's kind of like it made it seem like he was actually situated in that universe. So and he's going
how
for a
did
job
he even hear
interview.
about the Avengers? Yeah,
No,
that's the question.
they literally say he's in
His
the
fourth wall
616
powers.
universe
Yeah.
before he has as the interview is happening. It says
Yeah.
616.
Yeah, I guess the question is, how did he hear about the Avengers?
Because he's like 1000 whatever.
He's Marvel Jesus. He knows everything.
That's true. Sorry, forgot.
He read the script, obviously.
So he heard about the Avengers, he went and masturbated, and then he went and talked to Happy, and that was it.
Which
Bingo.
was amazing, by the way. I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie.
and so now fast forward to the ending. Did his friends get pulled into 616 now?
Yeah, those worlds are gonna get
no.
decimated because of that Doctor Strange shit they introduced, the incursion. So those
Incursions.
worlds are gonna die.
Yeah,
That's fine.
so the question
Fuck
is,
'em.
we know Laura's there. Did Blade, Elektra, are they in Deadpool's
Fox
universe?
universe?
Or where are they at? We
I don't know because when we ditched them, Alioth consumed them. So
Yeah,
Right.
But, Laura's there.
I got
Laura's
it
there.
somehow.
Laura's there, though.
I know.
well, they went back in time before Laura got.
Yeah.
Right. So wait. So now Laura, Wolverine, are the new Wolverine, and Deadpool's friends are all in the 616 now.
No.
It sounds like an area.
See, it doesn't really make that very clear.
Sounds like
right?
some 8 Mile shit. When he says,
I really think it's still in his universe that was saved now because they said that this Wolverine is now the anchor. You fixed it.
Oh,
But I don't know. So I
And
feel
his
like
ears was
there's
growing again.
Because they said he saved his universe. So.
Yeah, so
Look,
he's still back in 10005.
her name is like
Yeah,
look at this shit, look.
1005 or something. whatever.
1005.
Or
Yes.
10,005, whatever it is.
so essentially the plan that he came up with, and that
It
was that
worked.
whole thing,
It
right?
actually
Yeah,
worked.
yeah.
Because
that it worked.
Wolverine had an arc and they saved the universe. Well, it's a whole thing. But I'm surprised that Patrick Stewart did not have a cameo. I'm so shocked.
I'm glad he didn't. Honestly, that would have been too much.
I like that
And
they saved it for the people that didn't have like the best of Sendog.
Shine.
Exactly.
Elektra. Did you
Well, I mean,
see that Elektra movie? Good lord.
The film reject, right? You know.
I was pretty surprised there's no Josh Brolin cameo,
Yeah.
like
As
Cable
Thanos?
or Thanos, either
No,
one.
what's his character name in Dune? He should have showed up.
Oh, Gurney Halleck, yeah.
Yeah, Gurney.
Gurney?
Jonah Hex showed up.
Oh, Jonah Hex! That was
Hex.
sick. DC would have allowed them. Like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, fuck,
What I did like, for the one that was saying no Charles Xavier, I still think they did a great, like his presence is completely felt in the movie, and I think that was better than any cameo would have been. He had Multiverse of Madness, that's enough. So
James
the fact
McAvoy,
that
though, was nice.
the fact that his influence, his teachings, is reflected upon Wolverine is more powerful than any cameo would have done. So
Sure. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Fucking. Behold, your queen, Furiosa. I was
It's kind of Mad Maxy, but that's IP infringement.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
What do you say? It was an educated cast and whatnot.
Educated witch.
Educated witch.
Did you just say it was a fucking educated witch? Took a whole minute for the process
that whole fight in the van is so good. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love the fight.
I don't even remember the word he said, but it's like, if you say one more fucking word, like, I'm gonna kill you.
I think he just said like a made up word. They go like
Yes.
slam or some
Globenfroppen or something.
I love how like the boss hits of like, wow, he actually shut Deadpool up.
Yep.
And Deadpool's like,
And
okay, I'm
Deadpool's
gonna
only
fight you
response
now.
was, "I'm gonna fight you now."
Yeah, that cracked me up.
I couldn't even say relationship with a stripper. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, he went crazy on him.
He fucking gave him the
Great
verbal
work.
business.
Great work in general. I do wish it's a minor thing, but I do wish the arm cuffs were extended a little bit more. Like they were there, but they weren't like kind of like covering the shoulder pads. The shoulder pads were not really there as
I wish they had just survived at least what they had until the mask came on.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like even the arm thing, like
Because we never got the like, even though there's the Hot Toys and all the figures and stuff, we never actually in the movie get the full outfit.
Yeah.
Really?
Secret Wars.
What? Because he doesn't have the arm and stuff like the.
Well, for
arm,
me,
the
for me
sleeves.
personally, the arm part was the part that needed to go.
Yeah,
Like-
no. Well, yeah, we gotta see those arms, bro.
Right.
Also look a little weird.
I'm just
They
saying,
look
I
a
wish we had the
Halloween costume.
pauldrons and the mask at the same time, which we never did.
Yeah.
Right, because it was there, but then right. When it was taken off, the shoulder pad things were ripped off as well. It was
After the
really
fight.
weird.
Yeah.
Now I will say the brown and orange.
Oh, that looks
Dude,
that looks sick.
oh,
Yeah, that looked
so
really good.
They did the cover, dude. They did the McFarlane cover.
The
That
topic part, dude. Like only real comic nerds know that reference, and I
Yep.
just thought that was so.
I know
cool.
that cover. I never read it.
Yeah, the X crucifix.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that one too. The Apocalypse Wolverine as
Age of
well.
Apocalypse, yeah.
Yep.
They did Old Man Logan. Like
The Old Man
very,
Logan
like,
one was the
yeah,
one that
I was a little perplexed on that one because I was
Yeah.
like, was
They
that
kinda already did
supposed-
Old Man Logan?
right? It was kind of Old Man Logan, but we already kind of had Old Man Logan, and then
Yeah.
to me, I thought that was more like just Clint Eastwood's version of Logan
Yeah,
type
get
of
off
deal.
my lawn.
Like why would Logan need a gun? You know, it's like I don't know. Like I don't remember that in Old Man Logan, him walking around with a gun on a porch like that.
That was
So,
about all you really needed from Old Man Logan because I really didn't need to see Hulk and She-Hulk having kids. That would have been
True that.
little
Well,
too
you know,
much.
the Lannisters do it all the time.
You know, and also Mark Millar doesn't deserve that much credit, so let's also address that too.
True that.
That'd be wild
No,
if they did that though.
This meta.
No
on
Thomas
meta.
Jane, but we'll see Hulk and She-Hulk bang real
Mark
quick.
Henry was
Millar
fixing a
has this.
motorbike.
Mark Millar has this like really weird fixation with incestual relationships. Hulk and She-Hulk, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I just don't fucking get what is up with that guy in that shit.
He's
That
into
is-
incest.
Yeah,
I think
George
he's
R.
really-
R. Martin influence. Yeah.
Millar did it first, I guess, maybe depending on
Did
which book
incest
came
first. High five. Nailed it, bro.
Well, the thing is, like contextually, it makes more sense for Game of Thrones than it does in a fucking
Oh,
modern
yeah, for
comic
sure.
book.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Definitely, because that is just fucking weird.
More so
Like,
than a modern green giant and a modern green giant lady.
Well, I'm actually trying to think if he had that was oh, I guess technically yes in the
Old Man
Ultimate.
Logan, Old Man Logan,
Right.
and Ultimates.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, got it.
Yeah, the
got it.
Hulklings, and then the Fantastic Four car, which is again another
Right.
like hint from the comics that like they
Yeah,
wrote about with.
That's fun. That was in that movie.
See Thor's helmet from the first Thor.
Kick
that
Ass.
he-
Wait, was there any ancestral stuff in Kick Ass?
I bet there was.
There's banging, but I don't know if it's incest.
There's
Yeah.
banging.
Yeah, Mark Millar tries really hard to be like Grant Morrison and just fails miraculously.
Yeah,
Pretty
well,
funny. It's very funny.
Grant
I do like Kick-Ass though.
Yeah,
You
I
know-
like the Will Smith joke. That was
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
funny.
Like
that's right.
country's name out of your fucking mouth.
And
Oh,
with my
that
sword.
was great. Oh, that was great. No, that was great because you could feel the fucking anger and resentment in the TVA agent. He was like, how dare you desecrate Wolverine? He's a hero, and the only what did he say? The only
good thing that came out Canada.
Canada, the only thing worth a damn that came out of Canada.
Yeah.
I was laughing so hard at that joke, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, which is actually true. Also, think about it.
No, that's I was laughing so hard at that, dude.
And then we just like,
So,
like
hold on.
tosses the
For-
katana on the floor and it somehow just like passes his
For our
mouth
DC
perfectly.
peeps, did you when Peter was trying to like pep talk him down the road, was that a "We Are the Flash" joke they did there?
I don't
When he's
think
like,
so.
"We're Deadpool," he's like, "No, I'm Deadpool."
I would not be surprised if it was.
Yeah, I
Like,
wouldn't be surprised if it's something.
We are the
Well, because I
Flash.
mean, he did. Because Ryan Reynolds did have that freaking commercial with Grant Gustin
Yeah,
I remember that.
I mean,
Was it a Mint Mobile commercial?
No,
I'm
no, it was
sick
like
of
a
seeing those.
mountain
I'm tired of
TV or
those.
something. Everyone
God
assumed it was
damn.
Mint Mobile. It was like a mountain.
it was
like,
something
TV
else. I have
thing.
no idea what it was.
Does he have like a booze or a liquor or something also?
Aviation.
Yeah.
Aviation.
I think it was a cell phone company.
Aviator
or
Gin.
something
There we
like
go.
that, Yeah.
Yeah, it's that had been Mint Mobile, right?
That
Again,
commercial's
hold
good.
on.
Would you say it's like fast? Yeah. Like, is it like in a flash? It's like, what are we doing? Like, I thought this would be better, you know.
Again, these
I
lines
was
of
like,
like,
that was pretty funny.
"Welcome to the MCU." You're joining at a low point, and it's
All right, yeah.
That was even
I love how
funnier,
many
yeah.
digs at
You're gonna be playing to your 90.
and then he brings that back at the end, like,
But you fucking die.
That whole bit about your joining at a low point was very deliberately and clearly a post-strike reshoot. For sure.
Really? Because it was kind of shitty pre-strike also.
I digress. Like that was done post-strike because
some of it they filmed pre-strike.
Yeah, I think they shot
So
like
that-
half the movie.
Dude,
or
you know the
something
divorce
before
line was
strike.
definitely ADR later. The
Yeah.
fucking Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman divorce line.
And when before the movie came out, Ryan Reynolds was saying, "There's a line that's in this movie, a joke that I'm surprised Hugh allowed me to say." I'm like, I wonder what he's talking about. It's the
probably it.
divorce
Yeah,
line.
it's-
I'm like,
yeah.
oh my
Because
god.
they got divorced like a couple months ago or something
Yeah.
like that, right? So they had a quick. As he says that's like finalizing. He's like Ryan Reynolds running to the booth to voice it. Oh boy.
I'm actually surprised they didn't put in well, I guess in some form or fashion it's in there, but with Hugh Jackman's sexuality being brought into question after the divorce, because the whole big rumor is the fact that he's been in a relationship with his trainer, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that. Whoa.
Yeah. So there's a whole thing where he's been in a relationship with his trainer because you see him at the beach all the time running with his trainer, and they look a little more close than just client privileges or whatever. Then they show him making out with a dude on screen on stage, but the whole thing was that wasn't actually in the script. And so it was ad-libbed, and you know they start doing that, and so I was like, wow, okay, all right, I guess Jackman goes that way. Interesting.
And no, I have no issue whatsoever, because literally what happened, no one knew that Kevin Conroy was for until a couple years before he passed.
Well, I mean,
it was rumored for a long time, but it wasn't confirmed.
It was correct, but it was industry wise, I think we all knew.
Yeah,
but
everyone,
it was never publicly put out until he wrote that one issue about being Batman or something like
When
that.
I read that,
yeah,
that hit, because I was just like, God damn it, I didn't know. I'm like, I wish I would have told him something. Like, God damn it. Yeah.
I mean, and when I say we, I'm just talking about in animation, Warner Brothers, and just behind the scenes, we've all kind of known that he was he had that sort of relationship, but it wasn't something that he wanted to really go public, because he saw Batman as, you know, a centralized sort of situation, and he didn't want that to overshadow. It's the same reason why the actor that plays Nightwing, he's bisexual, but he doesn't really go out and talk about it that often. So you know.
And I'm happy that Kevin's husband brought back his Twitter, because it was gone.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm happy in the fact that people haven't really been going out there and doxing this guy, you know.
Because there are people that probably fucking would if they knew his name. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, yeah.
Let him be.
People
He
are
went through
fucking
enough.
assholes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, his last, even though that movie isn't great, Crisis Part 3, that last dialogue
Oh my god,
was so good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, and it doesn't sound like it's AI. There were some questions of could they have pulled lines or spliced stuff or done something?
I don't think so.
It sounded like Kevin.
Yeah,
It sounded
it's
like
just so
Kevin.
weird. Think about it was like a year and a half ago he passed away at this point, more than
Yeah.
that.
November 2022.
And it's such a short line. Like I get maybe they knew ahead of they wanted to get it.
That's
I don't
the
know.
question, because I think they were trying to get him to do stuff because they knew behind the scenes he was struggling with his health. And it was like the last year, like in 2020, they knew. Because like you go to cons, you see like footage of con events around that time. He's not looking good, but he's still there pushing. So I think they were trying to do as much as they could just in case.
And he even had his cameo up still, and you can even see in like some of the little previews they had up on a cameo that he was, you know,
cameo. Yeah, the cameos he was doing.
The website. Yeah.
Well, I didn't. You know, he has been sick for a while. We're talking like 10 plus years. He got better for a minute, and then whatever if it was cancer or what have you, not something else, it started to resurge, and so that's pretty much because a lot of the I was looking at some interviews with the voice actors of Justice League. Tim Daly and such, and they all knew that he was sick and he got better, but they didn't realize that he took a turn for the worse again. So it can happen. It can happen.
I didn't believe it until you talked about it, and even when you said that you talked to the Warner Brothers people, and I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, because when they passed away, the Warner Brothers sent out like a press release to press about it.
So I found out, and then I got the email from Warner Brothers, and it was at that moment in time I'm like, holy fuck. And
and that's where they officially like confirmed his husband. Like, oh, okay,
exactly.
Because I read that letter, I'm like, oh my god, because I got the email too. I'm like, oh shit, like this is they had this prepared because it's a long letter, so it wasn't like they wrote it up in a minute. Like they probably had the thing ready.
Oh, it was devoid of any sort of like emotion, basically, and like it was like Chainsaw is absolutely correct, because Gary, he's the one that sends out all those. I don't even know if he's still there, but he
Gary,
Gary.
I think he switched since Zaslav did all that stuff. At least that's what I heard during this con. I could be wrong.
Really? Because I am gonna have to check my emails, because I still get emails from the animation.
I think it's other people now.
I think you're right, actually. Yeah. So
Gary.
Definitely.
Yeah, but Gary sent that out back then.
I don't know who he is, but shout out.
It's a PR guy.
Yeah, he's a PR guy.
Primarily for Warner Brothers Animation, but they had them in different places, and then they never mind. I don't want to say too much, but he's primarily been in the animation department, and then as of late recently I've been getting like these Warner Brothers has been hiring like other people to handle like their media stuff, and just like one day before Suicide Squad came out, somebody messaged me, was like, hey, do you want the game to cover for press? And then I'm like, okay, yeah, but they're like, you need to send us all this like today. And I'm like, yo, hold up. And then I just got an email from the same thing happened with the new DC I don't even know what it is, but it's a DC game. It's not a
it's like a gotcha game. It's like one of those like online games. Yeah,
like
I forgot what it's called.
With the Batman Who Laughs, right? And then they're like, hey, we're looking for content creators, and I'm like, cool, I'm so down with it. Thank you. What the fuck? The deadline is tomorrow.
Dark Legion. It's called.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, I'll make a reaction to it. I put it out there, and then a day later, they're like, okay, where would you like your money? And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? I was like, yo, if you guys gave me just a little bit more time, I could have done a lot better for you guys. Yeah.
Damn, I reacted
we do have to say bye to Phil. He has to head out. Thanks for being here, man. We'll
probably
be on for a
good
little bit
seeing you
longer.
at con. I think that's the beginning. That's just the beginning. My
Peace
friend.
out, man.
Take care.
Yeah,
Later.
we'll be on for a little bit longer. Yep.
Yeah. Is it trippy for you guys to see the sun outside right now?
Yeah, it is kind of strange.
Yeah, it's totally off,
I never go outside, so.
No, okay. So this is a Tokyo Sky Tree. Yeah.
I got my nose is really red because I was outside like a 92-degree weather for 2 hours today. So it sucked.
You're monsoon in New York.
Well, I'll make you guys feel like shit. I was working a food drive, giving people food and shit, being nice, doing charity.
I don't feel like shit. I'm evil.
You do nice things.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was sitting here doing our, well, I don't want to say, but just doing our things.
Oh my!
You don't want to know.
Where I work, they're a part of like the community food stuff or whatever. So I was asked if I could go with another coworker, and it was 2 hours of like dropping off stuff at cars. It was a pain because it was so hot. It sucked.
The people.
It's pretty hot. So yeah,
the fire rises.
So I'm curious. I am curious for you guys. So okay, Deadpool, Wolverine, huge stimulus injection into the MCU. People are back. People are excited again. Robert Downey Jr. announcing he's back. Even my wife was like, I'm talking to her about the MCU. Usually she just ignores me, and I'm just like, no, just listen. Dr. Doom's coming. She's like, I don't know who the fuck that is. And then I'm like, and then I show this guy playing it, and she's like, oh, 10 minutes later, she's like, so wait, how's that going to work? And I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. People are interested in Marvel again. The question is, will that hype continue into Captain America and A Brave New World or whatever it's called?
Brave New World.
Yeah, it all depends on the marketing. It all depends on the marketing. If I think the first trailer was pretty good. I think if you keep that momentum up,
the first one,
I will say they need to stop flashing like the white.
Oh yeah.
You don't like white? Goddamn.
No, I like that Jason Bourne sort of like spy espionage type of attempt that they're going
Doug
for.
Liman type, yeah.
They're going for like the more Winter Soldier-y kind of vibe for Cap again, which is good.
I just don't know why Gore doesn't like the white flashing. I just don't understand. Like,
I get it.
The trailer we saw was kind of better.
I feel like I was being flashbanged.
So I guess the real question is, because I personally want them to keep, like, we all know who the fuck Red Hulk is. But and they kind of gave it away at Comic-Con too, but I kind of hope they keep it a secret, similar to Bucky in the movie. But at the same time, I wonder if they're going to be like, you know what, fuck it, let's make a trailer out of Red Hulk.
I bet they'll show it. They'll just show it.
I have a feeling they're going to have to.
The next one they show like or whatever.
The one they showed us at Comic-Con, I wanted to bet that's the next thing they're going to drop. What we saw was full on Hulk, and you could tell it was Harrison. I was just like,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least it'll be good for us reactors, YouTuber, because those trailers will make some circulation. But I also kind of wanted that moment to be saved in the theater. But I guess at the same time, it's not going to be that impactful. Yeah.
Well, I mean, imagine if they would have dropped in a trailer Toby and Andrew in No Way Home. That would have been huge for videos. But
for videos.
We got to save it.
Yeah. I kind of felt the same way with Civil War when they
the
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That doesn't get that. It doesn't get better than that. Actually, like that by far is, I think, my top video of
your
all
thumbnail,
time.
man. Your thumbnail said it all. I was like, yep.
Yeah.
He got to the part. Yep.
Yeah.
Like
I guess Draven's leaving us, even though he didn't talk.
Bruh,
say something, Draven.
I literally apologize for not talking.
I know.
Didn't have anything to
call
say.
you out because you brought it up yourself.
I'm tired, bro. I'm falling asleep.
Okay. Before you
should have responded in chat.
Yeah. Okay.
Responded to everything people said.
Yeah. So, Draven, before you leave, favorite cameo in Deadpool Wolverine? We were asking pretty much everybody. Favorite cameo.
I like Chris Evans the best.
Forced
that was a good one.
Yeah.
No one's saying Electra sexist.
Yeah, because we all knew that. That's the thing. It was confirmed in the trades. Electra was confirmed. That's the thing.
I wasn't sure about that one.
Wouldn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about Jennifer Garner being it.
The only one I knew about was Daphne.
Yeah.
The
way they revealed it,
I didn't watch the trailer.
Thank God I didn't see it, because that one had a lot of motion in it. I was like,
yeah.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be Psylocke.
Yeah,
when I saw the
way they hold it off in the movie, it feels like, this is supposed to be a big surprise, and it's not. It's like,
like how Punisher, Quicksilver, and Daredevil all died off screen, though.
The Magneto joke killed me.
Fuck.
Feels like Pinocchio shoved his face in my ass, started lying like crazy.
The things on his hand for the Human Torch, I for sure thought it was gonna be the sewn up Deadpool. I was like, wow, they're actually bringing that back. But I was like, all right, cool, they didn't do that.
That could.
Yeah, he was unsewed at the end of X-Men Origins. If anybody remembers that fucking post-credit scene.
Flash or whatever he said.
Yeah,
Whatever he said.
like anybody gives a shit.
Depending
It's
on
like-
which ending you got.
That's true. There was like a different ending, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fucking glorious.
I will say that last picture looks a little goofy. Like, he looks like someone that get his apple juice.
It was the one time when he said maximum effort. I was like, "Fuck yeah, man!" Boom.
I just want the shoulder pads.
Yeah, not gonna lie. I don't really. It's interesting, but I'm not. I don't know. Like somebody said earlier, if they, it's a good way to start. I hope they improve the mask a little bit more because maybe it's just all the years of the Flash, but I see more like Hawkman kind of look, or like I don't know exactly how to explain it. Yeah. I would even argue that what was it? Not Shazam. Black Adam. Who was that? Was that Hawkman and Black Adam?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The way they did that cowl was a little bit better actually. So
Well,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
armor, so like I don't know if that would work in this context, but I like how it did like the later season Flash thing where it's non-existent and then it's just like
yeah. They could have did the nanotech shit, I guess. That would have been way worse. It's just
That is true.
I'm
Yeah.
glad they didn't.
I'm
glad they
didn't.
didn't.
I was sick of that.
Yeah, 'cause MCU a few years ago would have done that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It would have been a Stark suit.
Vibranium. Yeah. Vibranium. Yeah.
Yeah, you would see
everything.
Wolverine go, Mr. Stark? Question mark, and then it's like
Yeah, it's Dr. Doom.
a Doom?
And then they get the little FaceTime cameo of Robert Downey Jr. somewhere. Yeah.
Dr.
Actually,
Doolittle.
does anybody know what storyline is that where Wolverine is Wolverine is crucified on the X, like, and why are there a bunch of skulls everywhere?
It's
See you,
a
Draven.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Draven. I know
What the fuck is
it's.
that?
I think it's like where the entirety of Marvel is killed off or something.
Is that what that is?
I
Yeah.
think.
I think that's supposed to be all the skulls or whatever.
I think it's a pre-Age of Apocalypse storyline.
Okay.
Let me see.
Does that happen in
not
the
the
comic
one
or is that
where
just the cover?
No,
It's
I think,
right.
I think it happens.
But the cover is the main thing that it's recognized from.
Right. Because it's not the one where where Jubilee comes and saves Wolverine, right?
Let
I
me
don't
double
think
check
so.
that.
I don't know. All I know is people were assuming, oh, he's being crucified on the cross. Like, guys, all
Fuck
right.
off.
It's an X. Yeah.
It's
I
that.
saw it.
Literally.
Silly.
Yeah, it's Uncanny X-Men. Yeah, we know. Yeah, it's Uncanny X-Men.
251.
Okay.
Fever Dream. Chris Claremont, Mark Silvestri.
Oh wow, really? Mark
Yep.
Silvestri. Wow. Okay. All right. And then I feel like the new Wolverine, his backstory was kind of a hint to Old Man Logan with Mysterio. I thought they were gonna do that, but like I will say the whole thing about him being the worst Wolverine and the reason for that was a little whatever for them to do it in exposition. I would have liked them. Like I really thought they were gonna. Well, I thought they were gonna pull something out of Old Man Logan, and Wolverine is the one that kills all the X-Men accidentally.
Kind of what I was
you know?
expecting.
Instead of
Right?
Charles. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like I'm
Charles
like, wait a
and
second. Like,
I
come
was
on,
like, she just
man.
got hammered and they all died. I was like, I mean, yeah, it's
Right?
bad, I guess.
You were
but,
just
like,
thinking and like,
but they kept like hyping up, like, no, he's so bad, he's so bad. And I was like,
Right?
I mean,
I guess
it's
but
bad, but like,
they explain later that he killed everybody there, including people that were innocent. Also,
Even the Avengers, like I think he killed everybody. That's why he was like, "Fuck the Avengers" at one point.
Wait, what?
He
Not
did say
just the
that.
men, but
No.
the women and the
children.
Right.
Nice.
No, I thought he just went off and killed the anti-mutant coalition and the men and the women and the children.
Friends
But
of
not
I
Humanity.
did say like it
as
wasn't
well.
just the innocent. I mean, the
yeah, when he's like in his mind with Cassandra,
Yeah.
right? He said something like
He
that.
said something like
Berserk.
that. He made it seem very.
made it
clear
very-
that he was
they kept
in
it very
a berserker
vague.
rage.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
kept it super vague. I was like, I kind of want to like either see this or like, can we like get a little bit more clarification?
I was really hoping they like say what you will about Old Man Logan and the not Electro a Mysterio twist, but honestly, that would have been so sick if we got a flashback of him and then who plays Mysterio? Jake
Gyllenhaal.
That asshole shows up and he's like, surprise! It's like
and then
straight out of
he was
Prisoners,
like,
you know?
prisoners?
Right. Exactly. Oh my God.
There it is.
That
And
would've
then Paul
that would've
Dano
been
shows up
dope.
and he's Riddler.
Oh,
That would have been so awesome. Like I would have felt something for him a lot more. Like in terms, and then he puts his head on the fucking train tracks and tries to kill himself. Oh my God, that would have been great. But I guess they just didn't have time for it.
They pulled a lot from stuff, like even the stones, the Barrera. That's right out of Days of Future Past, which is again, it's you can tell that people who made this were nerds and geekiness, and someone had given them a lot of money. It was like, okay, go do your thing, and hopefully it makes sense for the most part. Yeah. The crucifixion cover of X-Men, it apparently has to do with after the X-Men come back from the Savage Land, and the enemies, the villains are the Reavers, and that's why they have them up on the crucifixion.
And hey, shout outs to Ryan Reynolds because like I honestly thought that he lost his touch when they got rid of the first director of who also runs Blur Studios and
Tim Miller.
Was it Miller?
Love, Death, and Robots.
Tim Miller.
Yeah, Tim Miller. Tim Miller. There you go. So when they got rid of Tim Miller, I was like, ooh, because Deadpool 2 I did not like at all, and I was like, okay, this is Ryan Reynolds' creative control out of control, so to speak, because the thing about Deadpool 1 was the fact that it was funny, but it wasn't dumb funny most of the time, and it was still very action adventure and still kind of serious, which I liked about it. The second one was just so ridiculously dumb that it pulled me out of it. So I'm glad that this third one
situation.
Yeah.
Kingdom 2 got way too stupid.
That's a very good way of putting it. That's with just more fourth wall breaks. But number 3 brought it back in, and
Sean Levy, like he does him and
I think it did great.
Ryan like work really well.
I was gonna say that
like their
Netflix
third,
movie they
fourth
made.
movie. This is their third or fourth movie together.
Adam Project, yeah.
Adam Project I actually enjoyed a lot more than I thought.
I really thought Walker
And Free
Scoville
Guy.
from there. Well, I thought Walker was gonna have a role or like Kidpool or something or whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, Nice Pool
might have
fucking
been there.
cracked me up. I love Nice Pool so much.
I thought that was too much. I thought that was a little too much. Yeah.
I think I got hit.
Come on, move your legs. You're just dead weight. I think I'm paralyzed.
Yeah, I'm paralyzed.
I thought it was a little too Free Guy-ish, and I was like, okay, I'm out of it.
Sure,
Yeah. I will say, Twitter got me real good because I literally thought Spider-Man was going to show up in the movie because the day of the premiere, somebody posted an image of Andrew Garfield at the premiere, and it was one of those things where I'm just online and I see it real quick and I'm like, fuck, and then like I look away, but it's in the back of my head. So when they start going to different universes, I'm like, and then I remember the trailer, he's like thip, and I'm like, okay, so we're gonna get Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and he didn't show up, and I was like, oh, okay, kind of glad it didn't happen.
I really think they're holding that for Secret Wars. Like that's why I think the whole flashback of like what I did to them with Scott and Storm and Beast, they're holding that tight until Secret Wars is like, okay, Hugh and Tobey Maguire can finally share the screen together.
Maybe you guys talked about this earlier, but do you think Wesley Snipes cursed the new Blade movie?
No, I think it's a good line though.
It was funny. It made me crack up.
I think he ended up into this, and he's the reason. Like, say some whisper in the shadows somewhere. He jinxed this movie a long time ago.
It was the most polite, like middle finger to the MCU.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so funny though.
Yeah.
But
hey, we don't know.
We got Wesley Snipes' Blade before we got an
Mahershala.
MCU.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way I saw Wesley Snipes get before Mahershala.
The original idea that was going around was that it was going to be him in the role, and it was going to be about the daughter of Blade.
Yeah,
that was the first script before they changed gears.
Somebody made a comment on Saturday when me and Darren and Behind the Colonel did our live reaction to the panel. Someone had commented after the panel was done. Robert Downey Jr. died and came back in the MCU before Mahershala Ali got his Blade movie. It's like
same year as announced was when he died.
Yes. I just want to see Mahershala, bro. Like I was so excited when they casted him. I love Mahershala.
I was so excited when Blade got announced, I was like, all right, it's
Yeah.
gonna save the MCU.
Chainsaw.
It didn't even need to be saved
what's
at
up,
the
man?
point.
Yeah.
As soon as-
Yeah,
as
that
soon
is
as-
very true at
Yeah,
that point. Yeah.
That's very on point right there.
As soon as the holidays panel ended, and me at that point, me and Jen and Mike and our team have been scattered, and we try to find seats. As soon as we met up, the first thing I heard out of Jen and Mike's mouth was like, "What about Blade? Where the fuck's Blade at?" And I was
Where's
just like,
Blade?
I was like, "Hey man, I got the FF. I'm happy. I don't know what you. I
Hell
don't know,
yeah,
good luck
man.
with that one."
Yeah.
It's hard because they're in a very particular place. I feel like now, after Deadpool and Wolverine, they have a lot more comfortability to make an R-rated Blade movie, and like they can go out there and put out a story that they really want to tell. I think beforehand, the whole sort of agenda pushing regime at Disney is starting to dwindle down a little
Fade
bit
away.
more, and so now they can hopefully they can actually put out a movie that they're proud of instead of like checking the boxes, so to speak, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what's been hurting the MCU and cinema in general is the fact that they're just trying to tick boxes instead of actually tell good stories. So
All I'm saying is that by the time Doomsday gets there, you need to have these new characters that you introduce interact at least once. That way we go into it and know A, who the fuck they are. The average person knows who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
And B, there's some weight and connection they have. I think I could speak for right now, for the most part. I think Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, Iman Vellani's character is the one that out of the new characters people have more or less dug the most. And it's like you need her to interact with She-Hulk. You need She-Hulk to interact with Moon Knight or Shang-Chi. Just be like, okay, we've introduced y'all. Let's get you together before you have to face fucking Doom.
Because
And
there's
be
not
like-
a lot of relationships left.
No.
Yeah, no.
Like
It's really the OGs.
between our characters. Yeah,
Yeah,
and those are
Falcon
the-
and Bucky.
Yeah, Thor and like Doctor Strange and like, yeah,
And
not
that's not
saying like
fair
a
to
great
them.
one.
Yeah.
But,
It's
like,
not fair to those characters. Those
No
characters
one
are
remembers
incredible.
Peter.
Peter's
Yeah.
Well, do they? I'm still confused by that. They know Spider-Man. They just don't know
Yeah.
Peter.
Right.
Yeah, they don't know Peter.
the Guardians are kind of sort
So
of
if so,
out
Tom
there.
Holland took off
So
his
Tom Holland
mask.
can just go, "It's me." Like, oh,
Like, who?
Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck is
I'm
that?
Peter. Oh, Peter.
I'm Peter Parker.
Peter.
So
funny enough,
unfor-
probably only Deadpool would remember.
Yeah, literally.
Oh,
Yeah, he'd
look,
be like, "You guys don't remember?"
Nice cool
Um,
would have remembered, but he doesn't.
Unfortunately, I do have to wrap the show up because I would keep going, but I literally have hardly any space left on my StreamYard, so I have to
Oh my.
wrap up.
Oh.
Oh my
Jesus,
God.
I just now realized, like, oh shit, we're getting close.
Then I shall take over. I'm just
Oh, yeah.
kidding.
I'll do it
Actually, I
myself.
do have to start my usual stream, so that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. We're gonna go down the line and see where we can find everybody. Johnny, where can people find you, sir?
YouTube and Twitch, if you so choose. I'll
If-
probably
if
give
you-
you
if you
brain rot.
nasty. If you
Yeah, if
nasty.
you want brain rot, I got you.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm asking.
Same thing. Brain rot. I'm sure.
Brain rot. Thanks for being Omni. Where can we find you, sir?
Sophisticated content over here.
Okay,
Oh.
bullshit. 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 Akasan, I think we all know where we can find you.
Comic
I
Plus
think.
by Akasan, or over on Twitch in a few minutes, or Kick as well. Akasan_plays.
Ooh.
Glad
I
you're
like
back on
that.
Twitch.
And Ronan, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me at Ronan Unchained on Twitter, the socials. I'm going to be covering Cape Crusaders. And should I put this out? You know what? Maybe next year during Celebration in Japan, you might see me and Nakasan hang out. You never know.
All right. That's right.
And Akasan's like, nah, man, I ain't feeling it.
No. We got a voicemail. I was like, I don't know.
He's like, I don't know who you, who are you? And hung up. Yeah, exactly.
Do you have a Patreon?
Why do you have my number?
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't even know who you are.
Thanks to everybody who was here on Council episode 47. Yes, 47. And we will see you guys next week. It was fun. We had 3 new people tonight. Kind of crazy, including Akasan. Yeah. Craziness. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Space Cowboys.
Bye. All right.